Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. Well, the moment has arrived. We are there. We're getting ready now for Donald Trump to take the stage, or at least walk through the Rose Garden to present to us what is going to happen today with tariffs. We've got some leaks now coming out. The market pumped it up and then sold it straight away. So we've got all kinds of issues going on. We've got a world exclusive. I was able to share with you an exclusive that came out. Was an inside scoop about Elon Musk leaving the government and heading back to Tesla. That's all happening as well. So a big day lined up for us this afternoon. We've got the stars and the stripes. We're red, white and blue here. Let me just change this because it's not showing yet on the screen. This event here. Let me go back to there. It should be playing it live. It's not, so I'll just end that and do that again. Close the player. Close the player. Yeah, close the player. Go back to there once again. Try it again. Bring it up on the big screen, and that's better. There we go. We got it now. We got it now. All right, so we're ready. We've got everything that we need. We've got our live link to the New York Stock Exchange. We've got CNBC. We got Bloomberg, Sky News, BBC. Every kind of outlet available to us. Live chat. You can call in. I'll open up the phone line. You can be live on the show. We're going to watch the market react. We're going to see how it all goes. We're going to discuss it all. You're going to see everything live here. Now then, before we get started, we've got a massive audience now. We've got 200 in already. This is going to be a huge event this afternoon. I'm very excited. It's going to be absolutely great. If it's your very first time, today we're going to get history, because we're going to hit a milestone on our channel. And it is, I say it's our channel because it is. We're about to hit 75,000 subscribers. Now, it'd be a wonderful thing because so many people, trolls, have been subscribing just to unsubscribe to bring it down. So hopefully we're going to hit that today. Let's fight against all those idiots who've got nothing better to do than try to destroy anything good. So what will happen is, as we get closer to 75,000 subscribers, you'll get all these fake accounts subscribe and then unsubscribe. But it doesn't matter, because the real people, the real investors will win. So tap the subscribe button. Let's get there today. Let's beat all of the trolls today that want to spend their lives doing nothing but climbing on the back of what we're doing. All right, let's get rid of those. So there you go. That's happening. And tap the like button. Let's get 100 likes in the next minute, shall we? Shall we do that now? All right, let's do it. Let's get ready. Is it going to be a great day? Let's go. Let's go. Are you ready? Here we go. Here we go. There's 242 watching. 251 watching. Absolutely amazing. 100 likes in the first minute. We're at 39. Let's refresh the screen. Let's get 100 likes. Let's share this out to the world. Today is a great day for America. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's see where we are. And we are now at, where are we? 71. Just 29 to go. 29 to go. Let's do it. Let's smash it out. Very exciting. Come on. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have we done it? Have we got 100 likes in 1 minute? 102. We smashed it. We absolutely smashed it. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. Thank you very much. Oops. The audio's really weird today. It's like stops and starts. Anyway, there you go. It's live, right? There you go. Thank you ever so much. We didn't just do 100. Look at this. It's just gone up again. This is amazing. In just 1 minute, we got 122 likes. Absolutely great. It's a great day for America today. And we're going to get some, hopefully, we're going to get some clarity today on what is going on. Let's hope so. Let's certainly hope so. What's going on here? I've got everything all over the place today. Let's hope this settles down. Right, okay. Let's get ready. What are we going to do? So, I think we're going to get very close. In fact, I know we're going to get to 170. We're going to get to 75,000 subscribers today. We've got an whole army of people. Look at this. It's going up really quickly now. This is great. We're going to get to 75,000 today. And our friend, So God Made a Farmer, a little parasite, he can make up 100 accounts if he wants. He can take us straight to 75. He can then go and unsubscribe all accounts and waste all his time. And then we just go past anyway. So that's what we're going to see today. 100%. All right. Let's get busy today. Let's get really with it. Now then, we've got some news, some things that you may or may not have seen today on the channel. We want to share all this with you. So there's some things you may or may not have seen. So let me go onto the homepage and share this with you. All right. This is important. This is where we're live right now. Okay. We're going to be all the way through now with this live event, Liberation Day. That's what Trump has called it. Go into the video section. I've just put out half a dozen really important videos, actually. So, what's bigger than the tariffs? That came out yesterday. And I'm right on this one. It's gone down again. We're talking about the vaccination stocks because of policy change in the government. This is bigger than tariffs. No one's paying attention to this, but you should be. Buy the stocks that, the ETFs, all explained in this video, that are being taken down by people being told not to have vaccinations. Virgin Galactic, Liberation Day. I told you today would be a good day for Virgin Galactic. Was I right again? Yes, I was. There you go. We're up today, 2.3. We've got a short squeeze imminent on this stock now. Very, very exciting. I'm really excited for everyone who's invested with this. We've got 35% short interest. Let me see if that has changed in the last few minutes. Let's have a quick look. Virgin Galactic. Short interest 33.5. So it's the same as yesterday. 33.5. So with volume, good news, short squeeze. Simple as that. This is really great. So that's what I said to you yesterday, and I was right, okay? So let's go back to the main account. So there's Virgin Galactic's Liberation Day. If you've not yet seen this, get ready for a short squeeze. Then we got Liberation Day, how to prepare for it. I hope you all saw that. A bit late now to prepare for it. Then I told you, I got on the phone to the largest retail investors in the world for Virgin Galactic and told you the moment it dipped and found the bottom, I said, I got on the phone. It was at 1:45 in the afternoon yesterday, and they said they were buying. You know who some of those people are. I've had them on the show. Some of the world's biggest retail investors of Virgin Galactic. I got on the phone. They were buying, and they've been buying ever since. So you can see that there. That's really great. Then we've got Lucid. Lucid, if you've not seen this, these are all the videos on the channel. Lucid is now taking the business of Tesla. Elon Musk is going back at the right time because Lucid owners or Tesla owners are flocking to Lucid. Of course, now Lucid can't produce the cars and people get fed up with waiting. Tesla can certainly do it. But Lucid is arguably a better car. It's a luxury car. It's like the Rolls Royce of Tesla. Don't miss this. You want to keep your eye on this. Then we add SoundHound. Remember I told you about SoundHound? Well, let me show you SoundHound, S-O-U-N. I talked about the news and I talked about a pump today. Yep, I was right again. All right, SoundHound AI up 6% today. I gave you the video yesterday and I told you SoundHound pump. This was ahead of schedule. This was ahead of the pump. Once again, I found out information to share with you from my sources directly from SoundHound, the CEOs I speak to, the hedge fund managers and so on. Told you about SoundHound. If you've not yet seen that, go and see it. And there is the proof, up 6% today. SoundHound pump. It was negative news, but actually it had a positive spin. And that's why Soundhound is up today. Then we had Tesla, 50% drop. I told you about Tesla. I warned you yesterday we would have bad numbers. We did get a big drop this morning. It wasn't down 50%. It was down 5.25%, but that's come on the back of a 27% decline. Now, since then, we've had a really big rally. Why? Because of the world exclusive I brought to you before anyone. Before it was on CNBC, Bloomberg, I told you that Elon is going back to Tesla. Boom, stock is going up again. So this video that I put out yesterday was before any of that news. That news has now changed. So don't bother watching this video. There you go. You know how many YouTubers tell you, people that broadcast on YouTube tell you not to go and watch a video. Well, I'm telling you not to go and watch that video. It's kind of pointless, really. Okay. Then after that, we had, I gave you Rivian deliveries. I broke this news the second it came out and told you about the deliveries. This is me here looking at and driving a real Rivian van. This Rivian van came round the house and I got in the back of it and looked at it and talked to the driver. There is Rivian. I brought you that news. Let me show you what Rivian is doing today. Let's go and have a little look. RIVN. Rivian's numbers were up, but the stock is down. The stock is down on this news. Now, I don't know why the stock would be down on this news. The news was good, but there you go. The stock is down. It's been going down about the same time as everything's been going up for Tesla. Very interesting. Look at that at the same time. I think a lot of people are really excited about Elon going back to Tesla. That's all I can draw into that. But anyway, there's the delivery numbers. They were very good. What about the risk for Rocket Lab? I gave you this one, telling you about the new risk now for Rocket Lab. If we go back to Rocket Lab, RKLB, let's have a look. Rocket Lab, that's popped up today. Up 5.68%. Now, that's to do with Space Force. If you want to go and check out Rocket Lab and Space Force, this video here could be for you. It's only been out for 2 hours, all right? And then I brought you Tesla sales. Tesla sales decline 11.5%. This is just out. You want to go and check that out. You don't want to overbuy Tesla. And then this was a report from an analyst at one of our major institutions. Disaster. The Tesla deliveries report is called a disaster. That's their quote. So again, people aren't paying attention to the numbers. They're just once again buying because Elon Musk is going back to Tesla. And that's great. That shows you how much weight Elon has with the stock. What Elon does is what really excites people. Rightly or wrongly, I think it's wrong. No one's paying attention to the numbers. No one seems to care about the numbers, but they all care about Elon going back to work for Tesla, which is great. Okay, so good news for that, but just don't overbuy the stock once again. But that's, you know, whatever you do is up to you. All right, so these are all the videos on the homepage that you may have missed. I wanted to share those with you. We're now live here for this one. Now, Sensei just did a massive video, 28 minutes long. Thank you, Sensei. XRP prediction. We had some people say to me, what about XRP? Where's XRP going? Well, if you go on the homepage of the channel, right at the top, you'll see XRP prediction using AI software. And it's done nearly 9,000 views. It's getting a very popular video on the channel right now. Okay, there's a little update for you. Now, let me go to the news, see what I've got. We're going to be getting news all day. I'm going to come to the news in a second. I'm going to make sure I've answered everyone's questions first. So let me go back to where we put the members in. Shane, AI, all was quiet on the prairie that day. Calls are winning. Awesome. Tesla is up and Lucid is down. Jeffrey Diamond, famous last words, quick. I put in a quick market open put option on Tesla, said Shane. My puts will be liberating, says Jeffrey Diamond. Wow, what a ride. Great win there. Congratulations. Wadey, was this moved back by 2 hours? Yes, it was. We were expecting it at midday. It's been put back, and that's why the schedule was rescheduled. Well, the schedule was rescheduled. Is that a real thing? But yeah, that's what we did. Anyway, Tried to get some on Sunday, Vaz, but didn't happen. Hey, Vaz. Hello, everyone. Let's get ready to rumble. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to open the phone lines up. The phone line will be open up all day. Members, if you want to call in, ask me a very quick question, or you want to ask me a deep dive question, whether you want to stay on the show, just phone in for a second. The live video call is here. I'm going to pin it to the top. Members only, live, live video phone in. Okay. There you go. That's now pinned to the top. We're looking at our poll. 50% of you are saying it's going to be green, a red or green reaction to Trump. 50% are saying green, 37% saying red, and 13% don't know, undecided. Now, if you want to call in, you can call in at any time. You can stay on for the entire show. You can come in, go out. We can have 10 people. When 10 spots are gone, that's it. First come, first serve. So the video call is now open. Liberation Day, Namisha is here. Martin Lucas, please, any comment on Tesla? Thank you. I've just made some comments on Tesla for you. Let's get it popping. Martin, I have been having trouble becoming a member for the extra channel. I'm using my iPhone. That's the reason then. You did it on this channel. You did it on a computer. If you didn't do it on a computer, you need to do it on a browser and a desktop version. So, as I've always said, you can become a member. I'll give you extra right now. There is extra. We're live on extra right now, okay? Put the links in extra right now. So if you go to extra right now, you'll see the link. There you go. Let me just share with you. I've just put the links in extra live right now. You can go over there now and do it if you want to. There you go. We've got a new member, Redbone Rattler, Brent. Hi, Redbone. There we go. Bone. So if you go over to extra right now, what I'm going to do is, for those of you that are joining the show later, the show is going to be half an hour behind. So it's for people joining in later. The extra channel is now being used for people that tune in late, other countries around the world. It replays the stream, plus it's live chat. So Sandra, if you click on extra right now, I've given you that in the chat. You can go over there, and there is the link. Here, look, I've just put it in there. You need to be on a browser and a desktop version of the browser if you are on an iOS device, iPhone or iPad. So let me restart this stream on extra right now. I've been live for half an hour, so we're going to go back now half an hour. So people behind the stream are watching it on there, and they are watching live, and other country. There you go. There's James just popped in. People are watching at different time zones around the world, but the chat is live. So they're able to chat to each other in real time. And this goes 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Because when we finish the show tonight, there'll be people in here chatting all throughout the night on the event today. That's the purpose of the extra channel, all right? Okay, let me go and restart it. Okay, so let me go to past live streams. Here we go. And take you to the beginning. There you go. Right, now if you watch this now, this is now starting from the beginning. People that are watching different time zones, different countries, who want to be able to chat live. So if you watch now, in a couple of seconds, you'll see it. You can see it, there you go. You see how it's just starting again? This is the restream. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martin Lucas Investor. Well, the moment has arrived. We are there. We're getting ready now for Donald Trump to take the stage, or at least walk through the Rose Garden to present to us what is going to happen today with tariffs. So you can see what's happening there. Leaks now. And this is live chat. So if you're behind the stream, or people tuning in at different times, they're watching over there. Some of the Lucas Age watch on both streams at the same time. Now, if you want to call in today, you have to tell me in the chat you are calling in. Don't just call in. I don't even know you're calling in until you tell me you're calling in. So if you are calling in and you want to ask a question, you want to be part of the show, I don't even see you calling in until you go in the chat and say, I'm calling in. Only members only can call in. Nobody else, I'll even see you, and you're completely invisible until I go and look. So if you want to call in, put in the chat, you are calling in with the name that you're calling in on, and then I will go to into the video call-in section software and bring you in. Okay, so if you want to call in, please make sure you're doing that. If you're not letting me know that you're calling in, I don't even see you, and you won't see anything, and I won't know you're even there. All right, very, very important. Okay, let's carry on with the questions. Sandra, hopefully that's answered your question. Right, there's someone, the king is coming, says, I'm calling in, but you need to tell me what name you are calling in on so I can identify you as a member. All right, you can't just say in the chat, I'm calling in. I need to know what name you're calling in on before I go and search for you to see who you are. I need to know who you are, put the name you're calling in on so I can identify you as a member. Because if you are a scammer, then we just ban your account. That's the purpose of doing this, so to prevent idiots from trying to spoil the show. All right, so if you are calling in, let me know you're calling in, and then you need to tell me what name you are calling in on. Otherwise, I won't even go and look at you calling in. Space up 2.3%. Evening, Kent Paranormal. Let's hit 75,000 subscribers today. Yes, that would be amazing. It really would be incredible. It's been very difficult getting there because I had over 1,500 fake scam accounts created. What a waste of time. They could have been out earning money, but they decided to spend their time creating accounts and then just to get completely deleted. Pretty crazy, right? Anyway, the king is coming. Chris Morris. Okay, Chris Morris would like to be on the show. Chris Morris is one of our members, and let's bring Chris Morris into the show. The king is coming is his name of his YouTube channel, and he's calling in by the name of Chris. So let's have a conversation with Chris Morris. Let me just make sure your camera is set up right. I just need to zoom out a little bit. You're just a little bit above the screen there. There we go. If you could just step back from the camera a bit, Chris. You're there you go, Chris. You're just as you can see, your head is just cut off the screen. I'm just trying to get it best as I can. All right. Okay, so here we go. I'll bring you in right now. Chris, good afternoon to the show. I can't quite fit you in. You're just cutting yourself off a little bit. You need to go the other way. There you go. Chris, good afternoon to you. You have muted yourself. You've muted your microphone. So if you unmute your microphone, I'll be able. There you go. Chris, where are you calling in from?
I'm calling in from Fruita, Colorado.
Colorado. Lovely to have you live on the show. Thank you so much for being here. How can I help you, sir?
I was just calling in to say thank you for all you do, and we appreciate your insight and your music. And also, the one main reason I called in is I believe Donald Trump is going to announce today that the IRS is no longer.
Oh,
as part of that speech he's going to give.
Wow. Well, what replaces that then? Because that's how you pay our taxes. What's happening
ERS.
there? Huh?
ERS, External Revenue Service.
Wow, that would be interesting. What makes you think that then?
I just kind of was praying, and that's what came to me.
Okay. Well, that would be amazing if you were right. So we very much look forward to that. Are you? Let me just clear away the credits at the moment. We got credits coming over your face. There we go. Just turn that off just for a moment. Let me just turn that off there. There we go. So are you expecting the tariffs to be a good thing today? Is the market going to go green, or is it going to go red? And if it goes red, I predict a 20% crash if it goes red.
Yeah, I believe it's going to bounce. It's going to be real volatile for a little bit, but I believe in the long run, it's going to be a great thing.
Well, let's hope so. Absolutely great. Well, thank you for calling in. Have you got anything else you'd like to ask or say before I let you go?
I love Sensei, and he's great at XRP.
He is fantastic. Now, if you'd like to remain on the phone, have we got anybody else that wants to join us? RB, hello, Martyn and all. Oh, James is calling in. James, I've got another caller here, so I can put this in spot number 9. So hang on a minute. Let me just... Oh, you got one of my mugs. You got one of the XRP mugs. I love it. Let me put you in guest spot number 8. So now I can share you with James live on the show. I have no idea why James is nodding his head. Why are you nodding your head there, James?
Hang on so I can hit my other. I'm nodding my head because he's got a mug and I don't.
Everyone's got a mug apart from you, James. Remember, you want a free one. We know what you're like. You said it on the last show.
Well, I did write you, I think, yesterday or earlier today or one of the shows that I bought a mug. So you just got to send it to me.
All right. Well, Sensei takes care of that. I have nothing to do with the shop. So if you bought...
where's it coming from?
Well, you're in America, right?
Yep.
Well, it'll be made in America then. All right.
Okay. Then why? And I paid euros for it. Or no,
okay.
Pounds.
That was your choice. You didn't have to pay euros, I guess.
Oh, well, that's what it came up.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's all your settings.
So anyway, I thought maybe you're sliding a tariff on me or something.
Yeah, I am definitely. I said to Sensei, stop giving mugs away, and if James calls in, charge him double anyway. Tariff him 50%. Bloody right.
I did call in on Sunday, and
you did?
Oh yes, I tried to get free chicken bad. Oh, I tried, and he totally ignored me. Totally didn't even like I was not even there.
Brilliant.
Like, I want free chicken.
Brilliant.
He didn't even respond.
Brilliant. That was you can thank me for that. I gave him the brief. I said if James comes in, ignore him. No, I didn't. I didn't do that. But anyway, that's great stuff. So guys, what do you think about the tariffs today? James, what do you think? Chris has been praying and he thinks the IRS is going to go away. What do you think, James?
Well, IRS, I live in that area, so IRS ain't going to go away anytime soon. One, second of all, I think it's going to be a surprise. I mean, everybody's on pins and needles now. I've got money sitting on the side right now. I've got the button to push. I want it to go down, and the reason I want it to go down because I want to get more. So they can sell all they want. I'll buy what they sell. But for some reason, something's telling me that it might not go down. There's going to be enough information out there to keep everybody steady. I do believe that probably some of the other countries are going to say, well, we're not going to raise our tariffs, or we're going to lower our tariffs against the United States. It's all mixed right now. It's too secretive right now, and they've got a big cap on it. But whatever they decide, if they decide it's negative, then yes, the market will drop. If it is positive, then I feel that it's going to do a turnaround and shoot up.
But you see, what I've not heard from you, James, and I've not heard from most people in the chat, is everyone's making predictions on up and down on the price movement and the price action. No one is in the chat saying the S&P is 19.7 times forward PE, which means it's undervalued. That is the only subject of the day. The price action, as I've made loads of videos and talked about, is not important. That's Wall Street going up and down and trending in and out and left, right, and center. That's all the noise. All I care about is buying the value. And the fact of the matter is, it's just like I said before, if you know a can of Coke is $1 in every shop across America, and today can of Coke is 50 cents, you buy all the Coke you can get in your fridge because you know it's undervalued. When anyone tells you down the pub, Coke's going to go out of fashion, no one's going to drink it anymore, it's going to go up in price, down in price, you know that Coke's always been $1 and now Coke is 50 cents. That is all that's important. And I know I don't care what Trump says, doesn't say. Well, obviously, I do care, obviously. But the point is, I don't care what Wall Street and everyone's doing, trading up and down. They're just guessing, gambling, speculating, trying to trade. The time to buy has been still there, just about. It's nearly come and gone. But we've been going up now all week. We're virtually up on the week, right? And I've been buying more and more on the way down. Buy value and you'll never lose. Because at the end of the day, when all settles down, true value will rise to the top again. It always does, always has. Think about it. What Trump is doing today is a major thing. But is it really bigger than the Second World War, the First World War, the Great Depression? I mean, remember, the S&P 500 in its early form has been around since the 1800s. And it's always gone up over time. So what Trump is doing today has no bearing really on the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is, am I buying this stock, this asset, undervalue, and what it's going to be worth in the future? And the answer is definitely yes, if you read the balance sheet and study like I do and talk to CEOs and so on and so forth. So price action is irrelevant. It's allowing people to trade and make money. Most people are losing money, of course, because 95% of day traders do lose money. That's just a statistic that we all know is fact. But I think buy and hold and buy more on the way down if you can. And no one can be more bullish than me. I bought with every penny I've got, with every bit of margin I've got. I couldn't be more pro-America right now. I'm all in, and I'm from England, so there you go. I should get a little prize from Donald Trump. Green card holders are more patriotic than the people that were born here. What's going on? Why are you all selling America?
I'm you know, I guess maybe I didn't explain it correctly, but I'm doing what you're doing. I know it's value out there, and I'm waiting to get more of that value. I know some of the stocks I have are undervalued.
What are you waiting for? What signal are you waiting for? This is, in my opinion, today is one of the greatest moments in the stock market in the last 40 years. Remember, we had COVID. A lot of companies have been sleeping all the way through until now. Inflation's coming down. Interest rates are coming down. GDP is still good. Unemployment is still good. Rate cuts are coming later on this year. Tax cuts are coming later on this year. President Trump, and I'm not pro-Trump or against Trump. I'm completely just neutral, looking at it as the facts. Okay, he's starting his presidency with chaos and noise and drama to drive everything up and down and around and confuse everybody. Walk away from the confusion and look at the value. No, I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen. I've got no crystal ball. I don't know what's going to happen. But looking at the numbers, speaking to everybody that's buying, I had an inside today directly from the White House. I gave you a scoop before it was even on the news today about what Trump is doing and Elon's doing with going back to Tesla. You know, everyone who's at the top is telling me that this is a good time to buy, not because it's a good time, the price, because the valuation. What are you waiting for? Now, my argument is, if you're waiting, you must know what you're waiting for. If I'm a general about to go into a battle, what signal am I waiting for? Not, I'm just waiting. Well, what are you waiting for? Well, I don't know. A signal. What signal? You need to know what the signal is. So what is it you're waiting for that you have not got yet?
Well, you know me, I'm tight. I'm tight. You know,
but you know, the brave always win though, right? If you get overcautious, you chase the market on the way up. And that's what people are doing today.
I'm waiting for it to come down at a certain point. I've got a mark where I want it to be, and I'm waiting on that. Okay. Right. Now, how long do I wait for? You know, sometimes I've done that before and I missed out. Okay.
Well, let me ask you, what percentage drop from here is that mark?
I'm looking at the chart now because I'm following the chart now.
Right. 1, 2, 5, 10, 50. What is it?
It's about 4%.
Right. You're saying if it drops under 4%, you're in, that's the go signal.
Well, that positive, but then when it shoots up, then I've got another area where if it goes up a certain percentage.
All right. But from now, hang on, from now, 4%. Okay. Mm-hmm. It was down 2% this morning. You were 2% away this morning, right? And now it's already gone up. It swung 3% already from this morning, right?
Got it.
Right? Okay, you know that, right? But the point is, you're on the sideline after a correction verging on crash, already down 15% from peak to trough. Don't tell me you're buying the S&P to only make 5%, which would be a profit of 1%. You're buying to make 20%. So does it matter whether you get 4%, 3%, 2%, 1% a year from now? I would say it doesn't make any difference. But you could end up then chasing it on the way up and paying 10% higher than you could have done.
Could. That's the risk.
Yeah, but you look at the risk to reward. You're saying 4% would be your buy-in, that's your bottom, knowing that you want to make 20%, which we can make now this year. This year I'm going to make 25% because I bought a 15% dip, and we're going to get a 10% from the beginning of the year, plus the dip, 25%. Who cares if you miss 4%? And in fact, it went down as low as 2% this morning, and you're still waiting.
Why are you talking sense into my head?
I'm saying the purpose of me saying these things to you. Fine. The purpose of me saying these things to you is you are doing what most retail investors do, and there's nothing wrong with that. They say they're going to buy on the dip and never do, and what they actually do is they buy on the way up. Fear of missing out, FOMO. They start to buy on the way up. That's what happens every single time. It sounds to me like that's what's about to happen to you. Because if it goes well today, you're going to start buying and go, why am I buying it now?
Yep, you're absolutely correct.
I know I'm right.
And then there was a point overnight that I missed. I didn't put a limit in. So I missed out on that. There's a couple of times I missed out. But remember now, I'm the newbie, okay? I'm still learning, so I'm taking all your guys' advice and everything. So I'm writing this down, so I might just turn around and just say, hey, buy right now.
Don't do that. No, don't do that. Because if you buy right now, that's because of what I just said, and then you won't. When it goes down, you go, I knew I should have waited. Of course, it could go down, but we're looking at where we are in a year. So maybe you get lucky. Maybe it goes down 5% just before he announces something. And let me tell you, that's likely to happen as well. You're likely to get lucky because every time the FOMC report, every time there's a major announcement, Wall Street pump it up just before the announcement. This is virtually guaranteed. Not every time, but virtually. They pump it up just before Trump speaks. Vroom, it goes down. They buy it back and then it takes off. Right? That's kind of how this generally goes. So you might get lucky. But bearing in mind, if that does happen and you get lucky and it goes 5% down, I'm going to make a prediction. One, you won't do it because you'll think, oh, it could go another 5% and you'll miss it again. That's prediction number one. Or two, you'll be too slow because it'll be so quick, you won't get it. And the reason why I say that is what you will do, because you'll see it go down, you're new, and I'm being honest, I want you to learn from this, right? Because you're new, and because you get excited, and we all do, I still get excited after doing it 4 years, you'll get excited, you won't do the limit order, you'll just go buy, because it's down 5%, but remember, the stocks are moving like that. You only see them like that on Robinhood, but they're doing that, right? And you'll actually buy up there where you were right now. Because that's just the way that the market makers work. A limit order would guarantee it, but it'll happen so quick that you'll be typing in the limit order thinking, oh, what limit order shall I put in? And it's already gone up. And now you're going, oh my God, now I've got to cancel the order. I've got to try again. That's what I predict is going to happen.
Right, but you know how I am with money. I'm pretty tight on the money. So limit orders that cost more than a regular buy. So, I'm tight on
Whoa. What do you mean limit orders cost more than a regular buy?
Well, I go through Coinbase, and if I put a limit order in, it costs more to put a limit order in.
Whoa. Have you got Robinhood?
No.
Why not?
Because I got Coinbase.
Yeah, but for stocks and shares, Coinbase is better for doing crypto. You want Robinhood to buy stocks.
Right, but I'm only doing crypto.
Oh, you're only doing crypto.
Yes.
Well, that's got nothing to do with Trump then, because that could just go anywhere. There's no right. You can't look at crypto and think, well, whatever Donald Trump says, that's good for crypto, because really that's on its. I mean, yes, it does follow the index, but it'll do its own crazy thing. It's not as disciplined as what I'm saying with the S&P. It could go all over the place. Let me. Oh, hang on a second. Hang on. I've got people calling in. Andrew, I'll call in. So Andrew wants to call in and join us. Let me put you in spot number 5. Andrew's calling in. There's Andrew on the screen. Good afternoon to you. And have we got anybody else calling in? If you're calling in, Karen Justice is calling in. Spot number 6. Let me put you in spot number 6. This is Karen Justice. Good afternoon, Karen. You're live on the show. How are you? And let me see who else is calling. Who else is calling in? If you're calling in, let me know in the chat you are calling in. Okay, I don't see anybody else in the chat saying they're calling in. So if you are calling in, put in the chat you're calling in, and I can pick up the phone to you. All right? Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. James, carry on what you were just saying.
Shoot, I had a senior moment. I forgot now.
Hey, I do it all the time, mate. Don't worry about that. Yeah. But with crypto, it's a whole different ballgame.
No, now, as far as all my stock goes, since I'm a government person, I go through TS. They have different stocks and different packages and everything. And even at 67, just retired, I still have the TSP, and I'm still aggressive with it right now. Brought me a lot of return back. So I let that stock part go away. What I'm diddling in now is crypto, and it's like penny stocks, the way I treat it. Because it goes up and down, up and down. It can be gone in 1 minute. So it keeps me alive doing the crypto. But there are some things that, and as you know, with the government and what they're saying, it's already happened. That's affected the crypto market. So yeah, just like most crypto people, I'm looking for that one banger. That one big push on that one crypto to set me up. So, and it might not happen, and it might happen, or I might get a little, or I might get a lot. But
okay.
It's fun. It's
all right.
It's fun doing it. So from my side, well, there's Vaz. I see you, Vaz.
As long as you're having fun, that's what it's. If you're having fun, you see, I don't look at money like that. I don't gamble or play with money. I don't see losing money or up and down is fun. I like making money, but I don't like risking it or stuff like that. But anyway, let me just give another guess. I'll come back to you a second, because we have Saab just join us. We've got Karen. Karen, how are you this afternoon?
I'm good. I'm out doing what you like to do in the afternoons, walking.
Walking and talking. There it is. You're walking in the talking in. Where are you calling in from, Karen?
Georgetown, South Carolina.
Georgetown, South Carolina. I went there once. I was flying somewhere, and I had a stopover in North Carolina, Georgetown. I remember it very well. I didn't see you around though. Didn't see you there. Maybe we walked past each other, but we missed each other. But anyway, how can I help you today? What's the purpose of your call?
I'm so excited about Virgin Galactic. I hadn't been excited about a stock in a long time.
Ooh. How long have you been in Virgin Galactic?
Just as soon as you started announcing that it was going to do the short squeeze, that's when I got back in.
Okay, I don't know. It's going. I don't guarantee it. I'm not a financial advisor, and even financial advisors don't know. All right, you do realize that, right?
Yes, I know. I know.
Good. Good. But what opportunity for you. Let me tell you, Karen, when we started looking at Virgin Galactic 4 years ago, how much do you think I paid for it? You just paid like $2 for it. Guess how much I paid for it?
20.
70.
Woo!
Wait for it. 70 times 20.
Woo!
Because it's had a 20 reverse split.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes. That was the top of the market. Yeah, Saab's nodding his head going, yeah, he's a bloody idiot. He bought it right at the very top. Yeah, I lost $30,000 of Virgin Galactic when it, doesn't feel very good. I've learned a lot since then. So you've come in and you've bought it at 99% cheaper than me. Yes. How do you think I feel right now? And how do you feel about that?
I'll be sweet. I'm happy about the position I got in on, but I'm very sorry that you lost so much money.
It's okay. It was my decision. I didn't expect it to go where it did. But yeah, you've certainly bought it at a wonderful time. Still go down to zero, gonna tell you, but very, very unlikely. But that's, that's what you got to watch. And I was discussing it with Leah last night of putting $100,000. And if I bought $100,000 of Virgin Galactic right now, I would have 0.5% of the whole company.
Ooh,
I could be on the board.
You don't want to be on the board, Richard?
Yeah. So I was looking at it and Leah, you can imagine what my wife said. You're having a laugh. You're having a laugh. Just leave it in the S&P. Anyway, so there you go. I'm really pleased for you. You're excited. How do you think the tariffs are going to go today?
I'm nervous about that. I will admit that I'm nervous about that. But I've been watching your videos about margin, keeping the margin down where you don't get margin calls. I've been watching the videos about keeping cash on hand. I've been doing that. So I was trying to be responsible in my investing.
Good for you.
So, just going to have to wait and see.
Good for you. Saab, lovely to have you here. How are you today? What do you think about everything, Saab?
Hey, mate. Hey, look, we're hopeful. It's Liberation Day, right? This is it. This is the great reset that we've all been waiting for, right? So we can only look at things in a positive sense. Otherwise, we'll all be like sitting in our beds just going, Yeah. Well,
have you ever done that? Is there any point in your life you've been in your bed going, I've never done that?
Never.
No.
Never. I'm a positive guy.
So why use it as an example then? If you or no one else has ever done that, that's a completely pointless thing to say.
No, that's the way you don't want to go. You want to be the positive people, right? We're going to wear green.
Yeah.
And we're going up. So.
Oop, your mic's gone off. Your mic's gone off. You haven't muted yourself. Maybe your battery's gone in your microphone or your headset or something like that. I have to say, there was no background noise. So you've done something really good today. You've done something posh to stop the background noise. Yeah, you'll be back. I think his battery's gone. He got some headphones and he didn't charge them up. That's what it is. Damn it. I got headphones. I got my audio sorted out. I'm nearly as professional as Alex, but I didn't charge them up. Just saying. I want to say our friend who's joined us, Chris, up the top, how many of you watched, what's the name of that film? The 10 Commandments with Burt Lancaster. Look at Chris. He's like Moses. I love it. He's got the hair, the beard, the whole thing. He just wants the stick and the big cloth thing. We got Moses or Father Christmas, whichever way. You fixed it, have you, Saab? No. Can't hear a word you're saying, mate. Let's come to Alex. Alex, how are you, Alex?
I'm very well, Martyn. How's everyone and how is you?
Listen to you with your professional audio and your screen in the background and your lights. Oh, my God.
Wait. I don't know. With the camera, like the hands and stuff is opposite.
I'm loving it, though. Well, you can fix that because what you can do, in fact, I can do it for you. Watch this. I wonder if I can do it for you. Have I ever done this before? Yeah, watch this.
Oh, wow, okay.
See? Do you want to be like that?
Up to you. Do you want me to look like I'm watching you like...
Yeah, that's better, isn't it? Now you're kind of looking into the show. If anybody else wants to be reversed, don't ask me. I'm not doing it for everybody else. This is a one-off deal. I don't care if your writing's back to front, right? That's for you to sort out, not me. But for now, we'll let Alex go backwards and forwards. There we go. So, Alex, how do you feel about it? Are you ready?
I think you can't prepare for any of this. Like, Trump can go...
Yeah, you can.
Crazy.
I have. I'm prepared for it.
You are?
Yeah.
Tell me the secret of how I can prepare myself then.
Buy undervalue. I've done it.
I've done it as well.
Okay, so you're prepared then. So what are you saying?
Okay.
Do you not believe in your own conviction? No. Do you not believe in your own conviction?
I do.
So
Actually, I do.
So why are you saying you're not prepared then? You're like Saab. You're saying up stuff which makes no sense. You've got to start. Listen, guys, you've got to start thinking about what you're going to say in it. I record everything. Do you want to start again, Alex?
Yeah, let's try again. Yeah. Okay.
How you feeling,
How's
Alex?
Everyone? Oh, I'm feeling very well, Martin. Prepared as 100%.
There you go. If anyone's watching this, they're going to go, I knew Martyn Lucas was making a cult. He's literally making people say stuff now. Not only is he making them buy stocks that they don't want to buy. Poor Karen, she was happy with XRP. Now she's put a mortgage on Virgin Galactic. He's got Karen to, and now when they come in, do what, Karen?
Half true.
See, and then when they come in, and when they, hang on, James, I'm speaking here, James, and then when they call in, and have a real grievance or a real feeling how they feel, he tells them they're actually thinking something else. I knew it was a cult. He's brainwashing people. You wait in a minute. You ready? In fact, I'll do it now. Anyone who's watching right now, if you think that this is some sort of trolling, some sort of cult, and it's me controlling the audience, you're right. It is. And I'll prove it to you. Watch this. You ready? Okay. Watch very closely how I've manipulated all my audience. I'm now going to make a prediction. Look into my eyes. It is the power of the super chat. In the next 30 seconds, you will not be able to resist. You will see super chats come on the screen. People will give me their money. They think they're watching a YouTube channel for fun and entertainment. But no, they cannot help it. They cannot help but give me their money. You don't believe me? Keep watching. This sometimes works. Sometimes it works. I'm going to keep going. Look into my eyes. Give me your money. This is a... It normally works.
You just got a super chat, by the way.
Yeah, but it hasn't shown on the screen yet. I have to wait because people watching it won't believe it. I know it's already worked, but people won't believe it. Why isn't it working? Why isn't it coming on the screen? It should be coming on the screen. Bugger it. It's ruined it. Right. Enough of that nonsense. Let me go over to who is it we got calling in here? I've got so many people today. We've got Andrew from Alaska. How are you, Andrew?
Good, man. Just got back from a little walk.
Been for a walk as well. Looks like Karen's still walking. She's walking in and talking in. Right. There you go. Did you feel the urge then to give me a super chat? Did you feel it?
Honestly, no. I'm kind of a premium subscriber, you know.
What does that mean? I'll give you a super chat when you deserve it. Is that what that means? A premium? What does that mean? What does that mean?
I don't pay overtime.
You don't pay overtime?
No, sir.
It's nice, isn't it? So well, at least he says how it is. I'm going to move on from you. I don't think I like you very much now. Saab, what's going on with your fancy headset? Do you know what you're doing, mate? Guest has muted themselves. There it is.
Savage Faith Creations donated $2 through a super chat. That's sad. Here's your bloody super chat. See? Told you. Saab, come back to me. Save the day. Saab. No, can't hear. It says guest has muted themselves. Look at Saab. He's gone out. He's bought headsets. He's bought earpieces. It's hilarious. Nothing works for Saab. Pick up the phone, mate. I got a phone here. Just phone me up. I'll put the speaker next to the microphone and you can talk through that. Love it. Bloody hell, Saab. Go on, try again. You can do it, Saab. Guest has muted themselves. How many microphones you got, Saab? Why is it so hard for you? No,
He's not having any of it. He's quit. He's had enough. I'm not being insulted anymore by you. Andrew, how do you feel about today? We've got minutes to go now before Trump delivers his speech. What do you think?
You know, honestly, I'm really excited. I think there's a lot of opportunity for a lot of investors, even a lot of new people to
Matthias
get into the
donated
market.
59 Norwegian kroner through a super chat. Seeing super chat. Need to give Martyn money.
Need to give Martyn money. See, it's a cult. I told you. Right. Oh, Saab's calling in again. Sorry, we cut you off there, mate.
No, you're okay.
How's that?
But yeah, I think it's just a good.
Don't just interrupt. I'm talking to Andrew from Alaska. Wait, Saab, just wait a minute. Sorry about that, Andrew. Saab's in and out. You know what these XRP investors are like. Their microphones never work. Andrew, please finish off. I apologize for this rudeness.
I think with where the market is sitting right now, it's a good opportunity for a lot of new investors and even the old investors to get excited again, to bring some excitement. It's been a long 3 or so months for us, I'd say.
Yeah.
And I think, as you know, I started at the beginning of the year, so it's been really discouraging for me so far. But mainly I'm just trying to be a little bit more, aggressive with my buying the further on we go down the train, and at some point it's going to go up. It's just when.
I'm with you, Andrew. Let's hope it's today, mate. Let's hope it's today. I think we've lost Saab again. Karen, what's your thoughts now? We're just 57 minutes to go before Trump stands on the Rose Garden and delivers his speech. Are you excited or are you worried?
I'm actually more excited now. I think I prepared well for it. So
good for you. Good for you. Good for you. That's what I want to hear. Chris, you've been very patient up there. I've been calling you Moses and Santa Claus. I know you don't mind. You're a good sport. How are you feeling right now with just 56 minutes to go?
Well, Israel, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, mate.
Okay. Israel just eliminated all their tariffs to the United States. And I believe countries will follow. And
really?
Yes, I also believe they're holding out until the last second, and you'll see it reverse.
Wow. Well. Let's see what we get. That would be interesting. Now then, if you are calling in, we've got a couple of spaces left. If you are calling in, you've got the link in the chat. You have to let me know you're calling in. I cannot even look to see who's calling in until you tell me you're. I want to call in Anointed Flowers, LaShonda Springfield. Okay, we're going down to the bottom row today. We're selling out. Saab, we're selling out. Right, we're selling out the tickets today. Martyn Lucas in concert, sold out. All right, nearly sold out. There is. Oh, you're not on camera. I'm sorry, LaShonda, you need to be on camera. I've got to disconnect from you. You have to be on camera if you call in, okay? So we'll hopefully get you back on again. Anointed Flowers, please call in again. You have to be on camera. We have to see who you are, and you have to be a member, all right? Now then, I'll look out for you if you call in again. Folks, let me just go over and see if I've got some breaking information from Wall Street. Let's have a quick look. Let me press my little magic button down here. I'm going to refresh this screen. Hang on a minute. Let's go back to Wall Street. Let's see what's going on. Let's see if we've got any breaking news or anything coming from Instagram or X that I can share with you. Let's have a look. Nothing there. That's
at one point I remember Trump saying, well, maybe if everyone had zero, I could take that. That would be
what have
ideal,
we got here? This is in. Need just knocked the desk over there. And that wasn't good.
Point.
Let me just go to this a minute. Stand by, folks.
The other point to make, I think, is that stocks have already, as you know, priced in a lot, right? We're
tariffs to pave way for April pop
already. What doesn't the market know at this point?
We aren't, Scott. Look, we had a 10%.
Okay, nothing. They're just talking. Everyone's just filling up airtime. Let me make sure. Let me just have a look. You said something about Israel have dropped their tariffs. Now that was coming in from Chris. Chris, you're a member of the channel. Have you got access to Discord?
I don't believe I do right now.
Let me give you the link in the chat, because get yourself on Discord. You can send me the link in for that, and I can cover that. I need evidence to be able to bring it on the screen. I'd love to report that. I'm not surprised Israel would be first because of the whole relationship between the United States. Not just we need just to explain why there's such a strong relationship between the US and and Israel. A lot of security businesses and security services are provided from Israel. A lot of software, NVIDIA have a big interest in Israel, and a lot of security data centers and so on. Let me just have a quick look. Airlines to snap a run, Macy's to claw back 600 grand in executive bonuses. Okay, Trump team reportedly preparing for third option. Let me bring you this. This is just out 5 minutes ago. The US Trade Representative Office is preparing a third tier of tariffs that would be lower than a potential 20% universal levy, the Wall Street Journal reported. Citing sources familiar with the plans, the USTR was drafting a middle-of-the-road third tariff option that would apply to a subset of nations. The report said the USTR work was being done before US President Trump on Wednesday was selected to outline the large-scale levy plans. Okay. Anything else? That's nothing new there. Energy leads the stocks. Yes, we know about energy. What else have we got? Nothing else. I gave you about the Trump insiders say that Elon is heading back to Tesla very shortly. I brought you that literally world exclusive. I actually got a text from my White House press room before that even was on the main wires. So I brought that to you earlier. But nothing else other than that. Let me just go and check my Bloomberg terminal. Nothing there. Sky News, nothing there. I do have 7 minutes ago, who are the key players behind Trump's plans? I'm not sure anyone really cares about that. Nothing against you guys. If you're calling in, let me know you're calling in first before you call in. Let's have a look. If you are calling in, you've got to be a member of the channel, and let me know in the chat you are calling in. So go into the chat and let me know you're calling in. I won't even look at that. Right, we got this. This will be interesting. Let me share this with you.
I guess to some extent in Donald Trump's interest to
let me share this.
Make out that this is an enormous moment. But the US is the world's biggest economy, and if it's making big changes to its tariff, to its trade policy, then that matters. And let me just give you a little bit of context, Darren, because you're talking
Walker's
about...
calling in. I'll bring you on the show.
Historical comparison.
Stand by, Walker.
What this chart is showing
You're not on camera. I need you to be on camera, Walker. Turn your camera on.
Going back to 1891, so we're looking deep through kind of history here. The bit that I've labelled there, that's Smoot-Hawley. Now, there was this act in the 1930s which basically raised a lot of tariffs. It's infamous amongst economists because they see this as contributing to the Great Depression. But then look at what happened next. So that tariff rate came down and down and down and down and down. And when you're talking about the current era of globalization, that's a pretty good, proxy for thinking about this period we're in, or at least have been living in recent decades. Low tariffs, relatively free trade around the world, and the US being at the vanguard of that. Here's where we are now, and you can probably make out...
I've got Walker and Saffer on the line, stand by.
Under Donald Trump the last time around. But here's where we are now, based on the metals tariffs, based on the extra tariffs that we've had on China. Let's have a look at this line. So that brings it up. And it brings it up, actually, it may not look like a big increase, but you're talking there about the highest level that you've seen since perhaps the 1960s. So again, that's historic. But if, and this is the big issue right
I've got you on the screen, stand by.
Sure what the president is actually going to announce here. No one really knows. It seems like some people in the White House don't know the full detail of it. But if it is as radical as some of the words we've had coming out of the White House, here's how that line might end up looking. Just look at that. So that's on the basis of extreme reciprocal tariffs. So you're taking it to almost an unprecedented high. And when we talk about reciprocal tariffs, again, we're going to get detail later on. But here's one way of looking at it. Basically,
45 minutes to go, stand by.
The US is going to start imposing tariffs on other countries at the kind of more or less the same rate that they are charging tariffs on the US. And if you're just looking at tariff rates and how they differ between places like India, Germany, the UK, Vietnam, and the US, here's how things look. And actually, the UK is lower than the US. However, if you decide that you're also adding on things like value-added tax, just have a look at what happens. to these lines. That just goes up. That bar goes up through the roof. And that is the big question, and that's hopefully what we're going to find out more about. But if we're talking about this, as you say, Darren, it's not hyperbolic to say that this is a really historic shift in global trade.
Okay, great stuff. Okay, we've got more guests calling in, and we are virtually. Oops, Daisy. I've just what did I just get rid of there? Just about to bring everybody in. Lovely to see you all there. What goes in that screen there? I've just deleted something. I was on the wrong page. Let me just get rid of that. Get that back. More guests coming in. We've got just 45 minutes to go now. Let me bring this in. Which screen was that? I've got Is it my interview screen? Yes, it was. There we go. Fantastic. Right. We've just got Walker joined us. We've got Safa just joined us, and we've also got. We've got Lashonda as well just joined us. Good afternoon, Lashonda. How are you? How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm very well.
Rattler donated $5 to a super chat. Who dat?
Who dat? Where are you calling in from, Lashonda?
I'm calling in from Jackson, Tennessee.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for calling in, Tennessee. Absolutely love it. And we've got Safa calling in, our favourite investor for, which stock is it now? I forget. Tell me. SMCI.
SMCI.
That's the one. How are you? Let everyone know where you're calling in from.
I'm calling from Dubai.
Dubai. And we've got Walker as well calling in. How are you, Walker? Where are you calling in from?
Near England, Wolverhampton.
Wolverhampton, lovely. Have you been on the show before? You have, haven't you?
Yeah, only for like 10 minutes. I had to shoot off, didn't I?
Yeah, that's right. I was telling you that my mum's from Aston in Birmingham. I remember. That's right. Now, let me just move Lashonda to guest spot number 6. We'll just put you up there. There we go, just so we can fill up that spot there. Let me make sure everybody is in with me. Yeah, we've got everybody in, I think, right now. Okay. So, Safa, we've got 45 minutes to go before Donald Trump speaks from the Rose Garden. How are you feeling? Are you happy? Are you confident? Are we going to get a 20% crash or a rally?
I'm not at the moment happy, to be honest. I had a recent infection to my eyes. It happened like 5 days ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
So it was a viral infection. It was tough to me. My eyes turned red. Like I looked like a zombie, and like everyone was like, what the fuck is happening with you?"
I'm very sorry to hear that. I'm very sorry to hear that.
I've seen the specialist and everything went good. After like 4 days,
Build Your Own Empire donated $1.99
okay.
to a super chat.
Hello. Thank you very much indeed. Build Your Own Empire.
Yeah.
Don't forget, guys, you can put comments on your messages. But how do you... I'm sorry to hear about you not feeling very well, but tell me how you feel about the stock market today. What are you expecting?
Maybe excited. Maybe would see a big rebound, but... I think when you put the video on, I think there was one clip that has been saying that the stock market is down and then they're expecting it to go really high. I think after the Trump speech, right? Is it?
Well, everyone's got their own opinion. There's not a definite plan. It's just what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest, but I mean, it's you certainly shouldn't be chasing it. Anyone who starts buying the rally, once they're wrist slapped, you've had the opportunity to buy it going down and down and down. If you suddenly start buying on the way up, that's called FOMO. Look at the balance sheet, do the studying. We've covered all the earnings calls over the last 4 years. We've got value. We know what the markets are doing. We know what GDP is. We know what inflation is. We know what the Fed's doing. We've covered all the FOMC reports. We've got a very good indication of what the markets are doing. We do not want to buy when everybody else starts buying. Let them buy. Let them all jump on the bandwagon and pump our positions. But I don't want to be buying. I'm already all in. Lashonda, let me ask you, how are you feeling today about the markets? Lashonda, can you hear me?
I can, but I think I need to mute YouTube.
Yes, you do need to mute YouTube. Yes, always mute YouTube and listen through the live phone-in. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, here we go. Now I can hear you.
That's better. There you go.
What's popping, Martin? What's up?
Or you've suddenly come to life. The moment you look at that, it's like a whole different person. She
it was like, blah, 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 like
oh
I
my
couldn't
God.
hear.
Oh my God. She mutes. Everybody needs to mute YouTube, because when you mute YouTube, this is what happens. Mute. Hello, Martyn. How you doing? Bloody hell. I was like, right. Whew. Welcome to the show, LaShonda. I love the energy. I'm bloody loving it. Right, LaShonda, that was great. How do you feel about it? Are you ready? Are you positioned? What you doing? What's your thoughts?
Well, what was your question? Because I couldn't hear you with all the chit chat.
With all the chit chat going on.
Tell me again.
I'll tell you again. How do you feel about the market? Are you expecting the market to go up or down when Donald Trump speaks today?
I'm expecting the positive. I'm expecting it to go up, but if not, I'm still prepared. If it goes sideways, ups, down, you know how you said. So I'm prepared, because I just believe that it's going to correct itself later on down the road, if not now. But I'm still excited. I'm excited, Martin. I'm excited.
I love it. That's what you should be. Every day I get out of bed excited. If you do not get out of bed excited, you might as well be dead. I mean, life is life for living, right? Because when you're dead, you can be as miserable as you want. Live your life, love every second, make the most of it, see the positive, always grow. Oh, absolutely right. But that doesn't mean to say you don't, right. you know what's going on. You don't blindly just run around with your head down the toilet. You need to know what's going on. So what are you invested in, LaShonda, to make you feel that way? What are your investments? Are you crypto? Are you the S&P 500? What is your interest?
With crypto, and I have some Virgin Galactic, and I have some I have something in the S&P.
Good for you. What crypto are you in? Which your favorite crypto?
XRP.
I knew it. I bloody knew it. I bloody knew it.
XRP are going to make people millionaires.
All right, steady on. All right, okay, bloody hell. We got the XRP. I tell you what, we got 589 people watching. If you are in the XRP army, not the scammers, not the trolls, not the idiots, if you are a proper XRP investor, copy and paste, spam the channel, spam the chat, copy and paste XRP. Let me see if the XRP army is in the house. I want to see. Don't just sit there doing all this. That's easy. That's like clicking the like button. Everyone clicks the like button.
Free chicken.
Steady on.
I want free chicken.
Yeah, we know you do. Steady on. We got half an hour to go. It's getting so excited. I can't believe it. Walker. Let me come to Walker. I haven't spoke to Walker yet. Walker's from Wolverhampton. You see how the English just wait patiently. See the difference there between the Americans?
Queues. We love queuing.
Do what, mate?
We love queuing, don't we?
We love to queue. Yeah. So you can see Walker's just been waiting there in the background thinking, Martyn will get to me in a minute. He's just waiting. So Walker, tell me, what do you feel and what's your position? Are you an XRP man as well?
Nah, the crypto stuff scares me. I had a go, hated it, too up and down. I don't know. I don't know you lot got the balls to do it. It scares me. I've got a bit of space because I made a bit of money on that, and obviously it flopped. Sold a bit, got a bit of profit and gone back into it. RCL, and then a bit on Grab as well. Do you know that Yak in Asia?
Yeah,
that was quite good. Just waiting really. See what happens. No, I'm all in. I've got nothing left, to be honest.
That's interesting, because what you said there was you kind of summed up, which a lot of retail investors feel like. You like the ones where you're up, but you don't like the ones that are down, so you get out of them. Now, what if XRP was the greatest investment in the world, but you bought on the way up rather than on the way down, and now you've missed out with the best investment ever just because you bought on the way up?
I think what it was when I started, because I started sort of in December, and XRP, Bitcoin, yada yada, and I didn't know what I was doing. I just kept buying, and it was going up, thinking, well, I'm going to be a millionaire. It's going up, and then I'd wake up the next morning, and I've lost 50 quid, and I'm going, well, I think that did scare me off, mate. If I'm being honest.
Let me tell you, right? You're not alone. Most people do that. So don't ever think I don't know what I'm doing. I'm whatever. You might not know what you're doing, but you're not alone. Let me tell you, the first bit of Bitcoin I bought, it was about 4 years ago. I bought $10 of Bitcoin, right? And within days of just $10, I just wanted to see what it feel like to press the button on the app, right? I went, boom, $10. I think about an hour later or 2 hours later or a day later, or whatever it was, 50% down. I was like, oh my God, this is rubbish. I'm getting out. But hang on. If you're going to invest, right, you can't just go, it's not a magic button. I buy and it just makes me money. It's brilliant, right? And I did that. Yeah. I felt exactly the same. And I went, oh, Bitcoin's rubbish. Bitcoin's rubbish. Well, those that bought it for 10 cents don't think it's rubbish when it went to 100 grand because they bought it when it was at the bottom. All right. I bought it when it was on a high and it went down in 5 minutes and I thought this is rubbish. So don't fall in love with the stocks just because they're up at the moment because tomorrow they could be down, and don't hate the ones that are down because they could be up. You got to know why you bought it in the first place.
I've got a bit more used to it now.
You're getting used to it now?
I've got a bit more used to it. Yeah, I'm used to losing now. So it's like,
now you're
whatever.
right.
But I think, I watched what you said earlier about Europe, and I said the same thing, I think, to my mum, actually, funny enough. Because I read quite a lot of history and stuff, and I think at the minute, obviously they're all anti-Trump or whatever, but they're not mates. They're just mates because they don't like Trump. As soon as the whole Trump thing's sort of, they'll all start stabbing each other in the back. It's, this whole fairy tale going to roll off into the sunset. We're all going to trade, and we all love each other. It won't last 5 minutes. I'm telling you now.
I am so glad you've mentioned that because that is true. As you know, I've said on this show many, many times, I've traveled all over the world, over 37 years as the world piano man. And I know for a fact that when people get a grievance, they'll form new friendships and they won't really be real friendships because you have to remember Europe is not even like the United States. People think it's the United States. It's not. Europe are very, very different countries. Everybody in America, red and blue, different ideas from north to south, east and west. Everyone's different, but they're all American, right? They're all American. Whereas the French are not like the Germans. The Germans aren't like the English and everybody else in between. So there's nothing, like we talk about the United Nations, there's nothing united about it. That's united because we're all in a club and we all agree, but behind the scenes, everyone squabbles and goes, oh, I wouldn't agree with the French. Oh, I don't even like the Germans. Yeah. That's the reality of it. So because there's this argy-bargy going on with Donald Trump, let's get our friends again. Remember, UK, we got out of Europe. We wanted nothing to do with Europe. We had Brexit, right? But now it's like, let's get together with the French and the Germans and stuff it to America. England aren't going to stuff it to America. A lot of the noise and all the rest of it, but that's not what's going to happen. So you're right. At the end of the day, you know, I think Trump's come in. It's his style, whether you like it or not. I'm not pro or against. I just give you the news and we all discuss the news. He's created havoc and chaos and drama and all the rest of it. It's done me a favor because it allowed me to buy more that I couldn't afford a year ago. So I bought more of the S&P that I couldn't afford to buy a year ago because I've earned more money since then. So I've used my cash, amplified it with margin. So I like it. Got to remember, though, I feel sorry for the people who have been on a pension right now, though, because their portfolios are decimated. You know, we're down all this. And if you're forced to retire now because you've got no money, no income coming in, and you're cashing in your pension, you're cashing in your stocks and shares, it's not very nice for you. So for every winner, there's a loser. That's just the way the world is, right? But I think you're right. I don't think all the friends that have become friends and then said, let's go against Trump are going to be friends forever.
We had like Greece collapsed a couple of years ago, didn't they? There was a crisis for them. And I just don't. They're all buddy at the minute.
We've actually got in the channel Alex, who's actually from Greece. Alex, he will remember that. He's talked about it on the show. Yeah, absolutely right. Do you remember all of that? Yeah. It was on the news every single day that Greece was going to go bankrupt. Every 5 minutes, at midnight tonight, this is the deadline. This is the moment, and Europe collapses. And we're all sitting there going, oh my God, here comes midnight. Here comes midnight. Europe's going to fall over. Oh, nothing happened. Oh, don't worry. The new deadline is next week. When we pass the deadline next week, Greece is going to fall into the sea. Oh, well, I was in Athens at the time, and I was there, and I thought, Nothing's changed. Of course, stuff changes behind the scenes, but it's never as dramatic as everybody points out. And common sense will work itself out, and people will come back to the table. Yes.
Can I add a comment?
You may indeed.
I've actually missed you. Haven't been in this team for a while. I just have not been feeling well, like some weird things happening to me. And I don't know what happened like exactly since like the moment I got sick. And, you know, it's following over to different things. You know, when I get an eye infection, it just basically infects everything in your body. And now, like, I cannot even, like, when I'm eating or having a dinner or drinking anything, like I'm just right now drinking coffee, I cannot taste it. You know, I even cannot smell.
COVID.
So
that's COVID. That's like COVID.
I'm not really sure if it's COVID, but it's
have you had a
COVID eye infection?
Have you had a blood test? Have you been checked?
Blood test? No, not really.
You might want to do that.
But what?
COVID.
I will do soon. Yeah.
Like
everyone was still saying COVID.
COVID.
I mean, like straight away. I mean, like today, tomorrow.
Yeah. I will do it.
You need to quarantine him in the corner.
No, seriously, and I'll tell you for why. This is important. You're a young man. You're healthy. Have you had the vaccination?
Yeah.
Okay. Some agree. Some don't. I did. I had it. Some do. Some don't. So okay, you're probably not going to get seriously ill because you've had a vaccination. Okay. But here's the thing, though. The little old lady down the street who you meet in a minute, she doesn't have the vaccination, and she gets it off you, and she dies because she's not got the system that you've got. So just, even if you don't care about yourself and you think, oh, I'm all right, go and get checked just in case. You just might save someone's life that you will never, ever meet or never know that they died because of coming into contact with you. I'm making that sound dramatic, but it can be that dramatic for some people.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, yeah, I'm not getting in contact with anyone like closely. I'm just avoiding everyone. I'm just being alone. My comment wanted to add about Donald Trump is if you look at it, since he imposed tariffs on the market and everything, tariffs is going to come and everything, multiple times. Some like.
Oh, carry on.
Yeah, you can hear me. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
So when tariffs started, it looked really bad for the market and everything was down. Everyone was like buying and selling and all of that things. But
Joshua James has become a member.
It's not right to think that tariffs are not going to add weight, because even though some people say that the tariffs are actually going to be like something usual, so it does not have an effect. It will actually does have an effect. Each time when he imposes it, it does have an effect. But for the bright side, I don't think America needs to look weak. But when Donald Trump is there and hopefully tariffs will vanish away, I think the U.S. stocks will really look strong and everyone is going to be encouraged to buy many stocks. But for now, we're just waiting patience of what's going to happen next.
Absolutely. Well, that's what investors do. We look at the value. We don't care about the noise. We do care about the FOMC, the Fed, the interest, the inflation, GDP, PPI, PCE. Well, I have to say, I very much like your. Is that little kettle you got there? You're like the king of king of Arabia. Show us your kettle, mate. Show me your kettle.
Sure.
Look at this.
This is it.
What the hell? That's posh. I thought the English knew how to do kettles. That's a very. You know, are you connected with some sort of king of Dubai or something? You're always in a posh place, and you've always got a posh kettle.
This is the style of having Arabica coffee. There's a coffee called Arabica. Okay, the one that
only for you there is, mate. The rest of us, we got a little bit of instant coffee, we bit of powder, we put it in we stir it. Add a bit of milk. That's how everybody else lives. That's not we don't all have those big posh solid silver gauntlet things.
I mean, everyone has their own style, right?
Everyone's got their own style. Absolutely.
Like some of them believe that in Nescafe is being their best coffee.
Yes.
But the best coffee actually comes from beans. But the Nescafe, the one that
I
comes
totally agree.
prepackaged and they're selling in the store, I don't think it's even great.
I totally agree. I tell you what you are missing though, Mr. Posh Coffee Pot. From now on, you're Mr. Kosh. You're Mr. Posh Coffee Pot, right? You keep drinking out of this tiny little cup, right? Bloody great coffee jug, bloody great, and that. What is that? You need one of these, Martyn Lucas.
That's small, Martyn.
Martyn Lucas
Come on,
shop.
Martyn.
Too big.
He needs one of them, Martyn.
See? Look, he's
It
got
took you
one.
that long to sell him a cup?
Yeah. No, you don't sell
everyone.
cups. You buy cups. You don't sell cups. Don't go on his eBay account. He'll probably look. He's got one as well. Look, there you go. Everyone's got one. If you're calling in, you've got to let me know you're calling in. I think people are trying to call into the show. We've only got 2 spots left. When they're gone, they're gone.
Well,
and then
I need to shoot off anyway, Martyn, to be honest, because I've stopped off on the way home. So,
fair enough, Walker.
Good luck, everyone, I suppose. We'll see what happens.
Hey, Walker, thanks for calling in, mate. Appreciate it.
It's all right.
I think it's lovely. You pulled over at the side of the road, Derring Wolverhampton.
I'm at some old lady outside some old lady's house, so she probably thinks I'm trying to rob her.
She's probably
so I better,
for God's sake.
I better go.
You better go.
Hey, Walker, before you go.
Oh.
Hey, Walker, before you go. I was raised in Wensfield, mate, so I understand every word you're saying there. All
right, mate. Yes, I come from Birmingham as well, mate, yes.
It's all black accent here. It ain't nice.
Where you coming from, Wolverhampton, mate?
It's horrible, isn't it?
It's lovely.
It ain't nice.
We love it. We love it, mate. We love it, mate. Hey, Walker.
I'd have a cup, but it's not here
James, this isn't about you. We're talking about Walker. Just not about you. Walker is outside some poor little lady's house. She's thinking you're about to rob her. So, Walker, you better bugger off.
All right. Good, everyone. See you in a bit.
Thanks for calling in, mate. There he is. That was great. There's Walker. Just left the show. Fantastic. There you go. Right, mate, you're going down Birmingham, robbing someone's house. Right, I love it. Let me just end Walker's phone because he got it stuck there for a minute. If you are calling in, you need to let me know in the chat. Oh, Walker's got another phone line open. Let me see if anyone's calling in the chat. If you are calling in, let me... Oh, Walker keeps clicking the call-in button. I think he's doing that accidentally. He doesn't really know. I'm just trying to check. Is anybody else calling in before I go and look? No. It doesn't look like it. All right. If you are calling in... Chris Bottix is in the chat. Let me go and check. Yep, Chris Bottix, we can put in guest spot number 1. There's Chris. Chris, how are you this afternoon?
Not too bad. Tired. There was a lot of work. Awfully busy week. Actually, a couple of weeks. And a lot was happening in terms of trades. But I managed to get some of those more shares of Rocky Lab, quite low. So yeah, it was great.
Here we go, look, starting to go up again, but don't chase it. If anything happens great today, please, guys, do not chase it. Right, let me check my phone lines. Let me have a look, make sure we got everything coming through.
And until they get clarity and understand the impact of inflation, unemployment, what the probabilities
let me check that.
Like any other business,
let me check my Bloomberg. Let me check my... Yeah, we're all good. We're all good. We're on standby. We're 25 minutes to go now. Now I'm going to be watching this intently.
The economy is performing very well.
As we come to the last few minutes. So we're just about coming up to it. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. I think if you're not excited about life, there's no point. No point at all. Has anyone got anything they'd like to ask or yes, Saab?
So Canada's been mentioned in multiple X posts of having dropping import tariffs on US goods. Vietnam's been cited in several posts to having eliminated tariffs on US goods. Israel we kind of know about. No X's removing tariffs on US goods. Argentina also listed as having, people saying this on X, and India may drop their tariffs to 55%, which is huge.
What was it before?
Like hundreds of percents.
This could be, I mean, if this comes off, if Trump gets, because we all know, right, whether you like Trump, whether you don't like Trump, the facts are around the world, United States has been, and it depends on how you interpret it, you can use the argument as had a bad deal right? Because they are strong and they have more money, they've had a bad deal. It should be fair just because you're wealthy, but you have to have some sort of compassion. If you're a third world country, you got to help other countries grow, develop. Otherwise, you don't have future customers. So you can't just go, well, we're America, we've got all the money, and we're going to keep it for ourselves, and all the poor countries can stay poor. That's not a good approach. You need to work with smaller countries to develop them so they can be your future partners, future customers, future support, whatever you need, right? But take that one aside. It has been over years that America has had far worse deals put upon us than we've put upon them. And what Trump's trying to do, rightly or wrongly, and I'm completely neutral, as you all know, is to balance it all up. And if you charge us 10, we charge you 10. Simple. Or if you charge us nothing, we charge you nothing. No more, you're charging us 50 and we're charging you 2. Right? Those days are gone. And I think most people would go, that sounds fair. But of course, if you're from the other countries, you're going to go, no, we liked it the way it was. Well, of course you're going to say that, all right? But Trump's going, no more of this nonsense. We want it to be fair. So it kind of makes sense. So what he's done, he's shocked the world. And if what you're saying, Saab, is true, and I know you are, you're looking at verified sources. You're one of my Lucasades.
No. Look, this is X. This is sources on X. Coming. It's not verified. This is just what posts coming through on X.
All right. Well,
so just putting it out there.
Okay. All right. So people online are saying that on X. Okay. All right. But if that's true, and that's happened, well, then it's going to be a massive win. And because of the best companies in the world are American, and they don't get these tariffs put against them. We're all familiar with the massive fines that that Apple and Microsoft have to keep paying to people and subsidize. If all that goes away, flipping heck, it would be true to say the US stock market would go on a golden age, and you want to be in the stock market, which is why I'm in.
I think if 3 or 4 countries, start just reducing their tariffs and start doing reciprocal tariffs, it'll just start off a wave. And I think this is going to go over time. It's going to take a few weeks still, few months even. But I think if some of these countries start seeing the benefits of reciprocal tariffs, it's going to make a huge difference.
Oh, yeah. Wow, this could be... I'm excited now. I'm excited. So all I'm going to say again, and I just want to say this out of... I don't have responsibility for anyone, but I do care. I self-impose responsibility because this channel is growing faster and faster every day. I'm hoping today we're going to hit 75,000 subscribers. So please tap the subscribe and we can share that on the show. I just want everyone to understand FOMO is a real thing. Fear of missing out. We all want to get rich for doing nothing. I personally don't. I like building things. You've watched me do it the hard way. I don't follow people to get followers. I just go live. I do what I do. I believe in building from the bottom a solid foundation. So I look at the balance sheet, I look at the value, and I'm buying. I'm not going to get FOMO. I'm certainly not going to be buying on the way up. I couldn't anyway because I'm already in at the bottom. But if you see the market suddenly start going up in a minute thinking, oh my God, this is great, do not start buying. This is your last chance if you are thinking that that's what you're going to do. And if you say you're not going to do it now, don't do it in a minute when you forget you said that. Because remember, if the market suddenly rallies 10%, 20%, people will take profit and it will come back down and now you're left holding the bag. Now, long term, it might not matter. But if you're buying single stocks like that or using leverage like that, you might be a year or two before you make your money back. So be an investor, not a gambler or speculator. Has anyone got anything they want to add? We're just
something to Moses.
He's not really.
Chris, Moses.
It's Chris.
Chris.
I love
it. And it wasn't Burt Lancaster. It was Charlton Heston.
Charlton Heston. That was it. Yeah. Charlton Heston.
I love that movie.
No, I'm Spartacus. I'm Spartacus. I am Spartacus.
That was Kirk Douglas.
Yeah, that was Kirk Douglas. LaShonda. I'm sorry.
Moses, he took the rod and split the Red Sea. So since this is Liberation Day, Moses, we're going to be liberated. And I touch and agree with you in your prayer about the IRS and ESC because it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Okay.
That's good to hear.
All right. We hope you're right. Okay, we hope you're right. I think
so.
Don't know when.
Martyn, I wanted to make a comment about the tariffs.
Go on, James. Fire away, mate.
You had mentioned, how we need to get the United States needs to equal with all these countries. But if you look back into history, the United States, especially during war times and stuff, we've gone into countries and destroyed them, and turned back around and build them back up. And then you talk about the smaller countries, that we should help them out too. Well, we have helped them out, but what has happened is, in the long term, they've taken advantage of it, and this is what I've seen. I'll give you a big example. World War II, Japan. We annihilated Japan, with the bombs, and then we turned back around and we built their nations back up.
Well, we just to add color, we annihilated Hiroshima, not the whole of Japan,
right.
But Hiroshima.
But still, we went back in, we built them back up, and it ended up, that we helped them so much they became a power trading country. They were way ahead of us. They're still ahead of us now. So when you talk about let's be fair, okay, we'll help you out, but also in the same token, I think it's totally fair. If you're going to, like you said, if you're going to charge me 2%, I'm going to charge you 2% too. I mean, look at Mexico right now. Half the auto industry is down in Mexico right now. So they're building a vehicle that's very cheap and then bringing it back up to the United States, and we're paying now the yang for the vehicle at a higher rate. So there's a lot of things that I think the job should come back to America. Again, in America, we have a problem of making things for a cost, and the costs go up. So that's why we have to outsource everything around the world. But it's getting to the point now where even when we're outsourcing, they're charging for outsourcing tariffs too. So I agree totally that we should get it back under control. It's gone too long for us to go this way. We can't even take care of our own people in the United States. We're taking care of everybody else in the world, but we can't even take care of our own people in our own backyard. And that's what hurts me the most. I'm a veteran. We can't take care of our veterans. We've got people in major cities that are homeless, that have addictions and have mental problems and stuff. But yet we'll go out there and we'll go spend $300 million or $1 billion at Ukraine to go fight, it's our war, because somebody else is fighting it for us. So I think that, we need to lasso everybody in here, help our own people out and get our country back on our feet. And then we have the opportunity to help other people too, my opinion.
That's your opinion, and you're very, very much entitled to that. Absolutely right. And you make a lot of sense in what you just said there. Thank you for sharing that with us. We're 15 minutes to go, folks, before we get Trump on the White House. Of course, it's not a guaranteed time. It won't be early. I'm sure the world's press are all waiting for this, but might be a few minutes late, but we're covering it all live. If you just tuned in, we are keeping an eye on everything. You're not going to miss everything. You could watch it on any other news channel, but you'll be just watching at home on your own. Whereas if you stay with us, you will watch the live historic event, but you'll share it with your fellow investors around the world in 69 countries and 14 languages. And you too can be live on the show. You can call in and be part of it. So why not stay with us right now? Now, I would love to ask everyone to tap the like button. We've got 600 people now watching, 591 watching, and we've got 289 likes. The most we could get is 300 because only 50% of people are signed into Google. So if you can tap the like button, that would be great. And today could be an historic moment. We could be about to hit 75,000 subscribers, which would be wonderful. That's 3/4 of Wembley Stadium. And there's the number, 74,957. If everyone watching now could tap the subscribe button and we could get to 75,000 today, at the moment we do that, I shall run around naked. How about that? except that's a lie. That's not going to happen. So I saw LaShonda. LaShonda went, oh, that's it. All the blokes went, forget it. LaShonda went,
No, she didn't.
Go on then. Leah's going, I'm not having any of that. It's not only fans, you know. No, none of that. But I will kind of like maybe do a jig. I'll do a dance. Or maybe I'll even drink some scotch. I mean, you know. But anyway, so tap the subscribe button and get involved. All right, we're keeping our eye on all the media from everywhere. If you want to call in, there are 2 spots left. The link is in the chat. You have to be a member. You can call in and be part of the show. Up 959. It's rolling around. We could hit 75,000 today. That would be absolutely great. I've worked so hard for that. The Shondo, I love it. I love the energy. Oh, it's gone up again. 960. It's moving nice now. This is really, really cool. I really appreciate it. I worked so hard. I'm not going to lie. I deserve it. I work really hard for this, right? Anyway, I appreciate you all being part of this today. It's a wonderful moment, and thank you for choosing to watch. I said to Leah yesterday, and someone said to me the other day, you know, it's been really tough getting from 74 to 75. It's been harder getting from 74 to 75 than it's been at any point during this journey over the last 4 years, because we've had a lot of trolls recently subscribe at mass just to unsubscribe every time I get one, to just keep doing that all the time. And it's been tough. But she said, and many of you said, but if you only ever had 74,000, that's amazing. And it is, because there's a billion things everyone could choose to watch today. A billion different things you could watch, and 74,000 have chosen to be part of this. So I'm extremely honoured and privileged, and I take the responsibility seriously, and I want to do the best I can for you. If you are calling in, let me know you are calling in the chat. We've got 2 spots left. You've got a couple of minutes before we go live to Donald Trump. If you want to be part of it, share the moment together. Please do call in. But if you are calling in, you've got to be a member, and you've got to tell me in the chat you are calling in. I don't even look to see if you're calling in unless you are saying you are calling in on the chat. All right? We do that now for
Martyn,
security. Yes.
I think you're reaching 100,000 maybe in about 2 months from now. Yeah.
Don't know about that. We shall see.
I mean,
Simon calling in.
Herbex donated £2 through a super chat. Simon calling in.
Simon calling in. Okay, I don't have any. Joseph calling in. Okay, last 2 spots are gone. Joseph is going into spot number 3. And is this the first time? We've sold out. Yes, we've sold out. You can't call in. We've sold every seat in the thing. There you go. Love it, love it, love it. Hey, it's a sellout. This is how it used to be years ago when I was the world piano man. We sold out all the time at 50, 60 bucks a ticket. It's free now. Can't sell out. Ooh, I can't believe it. Anyway, this is great. How are you, Joseph? How are you, Simon? Simon, are you well?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. And I've got my own merch. Where is it?
Oh, have you?
No, there we go.
There you go. KPI, Kent Paranormal.
That's it. Anybody else want to promote their own merchandise? By the way, he might have his own merchandise, but you can't buy it. And he ain't giving any links here on the show, I'm telling you that.
Free chicken.
Yeah, you get out of it, you. You don't want a bloody Kent Paranormal t-shirt, even if it's free. Rubbish. Right, Joseph, how are you, mate?
I'm doing good. I just I want to know where the market's going so I can put my money somewhere. You know,
yeah.
so.
Your microphone's a little bit in and out at the moment, mate.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it better? Is that better?
It's kind of in and out. I don't know what microphone you've connected to, but maybe you've connected to I don't know, a dodgy mic. I don't know. But anyway, don't worry. I've got you. I can see you. We can see and hear you enough. Don't worry. Right. How long have we got now? This is lovely. We've got 9 minutes to go. I'm going to be keeping my eye on every sort. Let me just straighten you up a bit there. There you go.
Free chicken.
Free chicken. Don't listen to James. Don't start that. No. One James is enough for this channel. We don't need another one. All right. This is what you need. You need a real mug. Let me put it in the chat. MartynLucasShop.com. You see this Kent Paranormal? This is how you promote mugs, mate. You build a YouTube channel, put a link in the chat. That's what you do. Right, there you go. He's looking at that going, I don't need that. I've got me Kent Paranormal. Hey, Simon, what is Kent Paranormal all about, by the way?
I talk to dead people.
Do you? What, really?
Pretty much. Yes.
Oh, hell. Okay.
Paranormal investigator. Ghost hunter.
Is that what you do, is it?
Yeah.
You noticed how the whole room went silent?
Ooh, I love it. We should do a special show. We should do a special show with Kent Paranormal. In fact, look, watch this. You ready? This will be good. Hang on. How can I do this then? What spot is he in? He's in 1, 2, 3. If I put you into, hang on. This will be good. If I put me in, how do I do this? I'm trying to think now how I do this. How do I do it?
We don't know, Martyn. Don't ask us.
We don't even know what you're trying to do. Hang on a minute. If I go to camera, what's this? Right, you ready? Here we go. So we're going to do this. It's Simon. Right, Simon down there. Right, there you go, Simon. Tell me all about Kent Paranormal, mate. It's your show.
No, I can't.
You can't do it? Hang on a minute.
I got a question for Kent.
Yeah, go on then.
Go on then.
What's the investor relations like? What's your goals for your stocks?
There you are. Look, I'm down there. I'm a guest. I'm a guest now on Kent Paranormal show. Hello. Kent Paranormal.
I knew you was going to do this.
Yeah. I want to know all about it. We've got, how long have you got? You got 2 minutes. Tell me how you do it. How do you go? I don't know why I'm asking you. You're supposed to be asking me. You're the host. How do you go and hunt for ghosts? I'd love to know. Seriously.
No, seriously, I have ability to pick up on spirits. Not as much as I would like, but I do pick up on spirits. And we also do urbex. So urbex is going into abandoned buildings. If we go into an abandoned building and I start picking up on spirits, then it turns into paranormal.
Wow. That's fascinating. I love it. I'd love to talk
I got a question.
I'd love to. Hang on, let me just put him in. Let me just put him in the right spot because I don't want to miss Trump. Can you imagine? I've got 662 people tuning in to hear Trump, and we just forget it. We scrub it and talk about ghosts instead. Oh my God, I would have so many unsubscribes. It would be the end of my channel. Let me just put myself back in here.
You see what I do to you? You see what I do to you?
Yeah, you've done it. You've done it. This is what you've done to me. You've made me do something I shouldn't be doing. Let me put myself back in there, right? And let me put this back to you. Oh my gosh, what have I done here? It was Simon. There you go. That's not too bad. I did it quite quick.
Become a member.
Oh, we got a new member. Right. Thank you very much indeed. I'd love to talk to you more about that. We should probably abandon things. Abandon things get views, said Chris. Abandon things get views. I'm not quite sure what that means. Right, let me go over to all my sources and see what we got.
And live hydrated.
We're on a commercial break over there. I love it. Let's have a bit of a commercial break. That's what you want. Oh, hello. That's how we're going to deliver it, is it? Okay.
Can I ask Simon something?
What?
Can I ask Simon something?
You can ask him whatever you like, mate. You've got about 2 minutes.
I've seen like I think 2 to 3 channels. They usually do this hobby where they hunt ghosts and go to abandoned places.
Carry on.
They where they capture like the sounds. It depends on where they're actually standing in. Like they've seen an abnormal activity, they have like the special device that they record or hear like voices from ghosts and they interpret it or something. You know, is that like do you use that?
So that's called an EVP recorder, which is electro voice phenomena. I do have a Zoom recorder which picks up. It's got 2 microphones on it, and it picks up very, very well. But I try to use.
Please carry on.
I try to use as little equipment as possible, because I'm sensitive, so I'm more about picking up stuff through my sensitivity. But the equipment is only for viewers, really.
Mm-hmm.
So any viewers won't know what I'm picking up on. So we use cat balls, EVP recorders, other devices, just for the viewers, really. And it's also good as a way of confirming what we're experiencing.
Ken, did somebody in your family have that ability before you got it?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's fascinating stuff. Really is. It's fascinating stuff. I used to
I'm
have...
taking over your show. I can't be doing this.
You're all right, mate.
We'll talk about this another time.
You're all right, mate. Don't worry about that. The world can wait. 69 countries, 14 languages, 732 people can wait. Because we're talking about who's the little ghost? Is it not Willie the ghost? What's his name?
Casper.
Casper. We're talking about Casper right now. Donald Trump can wait. And before you unsubscribe, don't worry. You're not going to miss it. There it is. I've got you the live feed. Don't worry about it. If you're tuning in going, I can't be doing this. He's going to miss it, isn't he? He's going to be talking about ghosts and we're going to miss the President of the United States. No, we're not. And in fact, what I want to do now, we're watching this. If Trump comes out, you're going to get it, right? But just before, I want everyone to make sure they've clicked on this, my music channel. I was voted by Elton John as the world piano man. And I'm going to do this because it's a great day for America. I'll be right back after this. I promise I will cut in if Trump speaks, but he won't. This is 56 seconds. Here we go. Let me see you copy and paste. Click on my music channel, USA in the chat, and then don't forget to join me on Friday night at 4 p.m. This is for everyone around the world. It's a moment for Americans. Here we go. I know it's gone off. Yeah, I know. It went off. Hang on a minute. What's gone on here? That we don't want that. I'm just waiting. Yeah, I've got another feed. I might lose my audio for a second. Just bear with me. I've no idea what happened there. Yes, I have no idea. Right, I've no idea why that disappeared, but it is what it is. That's really annoying.
Where did that paranormal, isn't it?
Huh? It's paranormal. Here's the paranormal. You're dead right. People are coming out onto the Rose Garden. Nothing yet. Stand by. I was trying to do something really nice there, and it got ruined. Hang on a minute. I'll find. As I'm waiting, I can manage to do 10 things at once. Don't worry about that.
I hate to cut it short, you guys. I had to go get some things taken care of.
Andrew, you off, mate? You're gonna miss Donald Trump?
I got to take care of stuff.
You have. I understand that. Thank you very much for calling in.
Stuff like that, you know.
Life. I understand, mate.
Take care.
Thank you for calling in. Thank you. Thank you very much. There we go. We're just waiting. I'm keeping my eye on everything. Stand by. Trump has not entered the Rose Garden yet. Nothing's happening yet.
Oh, we're on closing bell.
Yeah, forget the closing bell, mate. Forget the closing bell. He's doing this right at the end of the day. Wonder what he's going to do.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, go on then.
There you go.
There you go. You don't want to miss that, do you? All right, stand by. We're going to bring you the United States speech from people just assembling. It's not started yet. I've got the screen up. I'm just waiting for everything to happen. Just stand by. You're not going to miss anything. Trust me. I wonder how many of you thinking I'm just gonna have it on the telly just in case he messes it up. I wonder how many people do that all the time. I see Saab smiling, going, "I do. I always do. I don't trust you that much. It's important, mate. You could just lose internet, and then I've got to run around trying to find it. So I've got it ready to go. I know what you think. I know what you're doing. Every one of you, put your hand up if you've got an alternative source ready to go. If I mess it up." Everybody. Unbelievable. That's faith for you, isn't it? That's faith. Yeah, how about that? How about that? Look, not one person could say, "No, Martyn, I trust you." Not one person. Everyone's like, "No, I've got it ready to go, mate. Don't worry. I've got it ready to go."
I said it. I said no.
Did you? Good man.
Yeah, that's my TV. I'm playing your party from last Friday.
What was that?
I've got my TV here, so I'm playing.
LaShonda's with me. I told you it'd be Saab. I knew it'd be bloody Saab. I knew it'd be bloody Saab would be like that. Anyway.
You've got to have your source. You've got to have your sources. You can't really rely on one source, mate.
Yeah.
I trust Martyn, mate.
Martyn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Martyn taught us that, didn't he? Have more than one thing.
Yeah. I mean, you're right though. You're right though. You imagine. He comes out to say stuff, and the internet goes. I've got backup internet, backup power. But what if something blows up? You're going to go, bugger it. Now I've got to go around and try and find it. I knew I should have had it saved on my phone. I knew it. But anyway, don't worry about that. I've got it you covered. I've never let you down. Have I let you down? What was that?
I said, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Don't put your eggs in one basket, mate. I never let you down. I've been here. I was talking to Vaz today. And I was saying, because he's a few things going on at home. And I said, Vaz, you can always rely on me, mate. He said, how do you know? I said, I've been doing this now since I was 4 years of age. I've always turned up. I've always done it. I'm always here. I'm going nowhere. I ain't one of those people going, it's my dream for 5 minutes and then tomorrow it's another dream. I'm always going to be here. Don't worry. But, something could break, I suppose. One of the things could break.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate.
Yeah. Has your wife told you that you look handsome being bald?
Have you ever told me that?
Have your wife told you that?
Thank you.
Oh, has my wife told me that? Who are you talking to? Me or me?
You, yeah. You. Yeah.
Well, I presume my wife thinks that. She married me, so I'm assuming she thinks that. Why are you mentioning it?
I think it suits you, like being bald without a hair, because your facial expressions, like, everything suits that.
Well, I'm glad you like it. It's not really much of a choice. It's not much of a choice, mate, really. Because if I don't go in like this, I have like hair that grows and it gets combed across. It's not a good look, really. Not a good look. It's not a good look for a young man like me. So I just shave it off. I do this myself, by the way. If you look at that going, well, that's quite a style, that. How does he pull that off? I do it myself. Oh, yeah, I know some of you are surprised going, really? You do that yourself? Yeah. I got a little set of clippers from Wahl in Germany, and every 2 weeks I do that. I know it's amazing. You're looking at it thinking, how does he get that look? Let me tell you the secret. This is on a half. This is the 0.5. I can't believe we're having this conversation. I got a guy coming in telling me I look nice with my hair. I was like, how did we? Yeah, Saab's going, really? Yeah. So
we're getting liberated. That's what's happening.
Yeah, we're getting liberated, right? But here's the details. This is half, and then I put it on a 1 and do my eyebrows. That's a 1, right? Yeah.
You do your eyebrows?
Yeah, on level 1. Well, they'd be sticking out. They'd be like your beard, mate. My eyebrows would be like your beard. These are trimmed. Everything's trimmed, mate. Everything's
How about
tiny.
your ears? How about your ears?
Yeah. Let me tell you a little joke. This is the truth, right? We got our friend up the corner there. We got Moses, who said about he's been praying. Well, let me tell you something about God, right? This is what God does to you. He takes the mick out of you when you get older. I am clearly able to produce hair, but he shifted it. He shifted it from me head to come out of me nose and me ears. It's not like God says you can't have hair. It says God says you can have hair, but it's going to come out of your ears and your nose. I don't want it out of my ears and my nose. I want it out of my head. It's shifted.
I'll put a word in for you.
You put a word in. Yeah, have a word. Right, we're on standby. Don't worry, folks. You're not going to miss anything. Here we go. It's not starting yet. We've got all the different feeds from every different angle coming. We're waiting for Donald Trump to come through that door there. And when he does, you're going to have it all live, okay? So stand by. We're going to cover it all for you. Is he coming out? Yes, here we go. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, stand by. Whoa.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Nice crowd. What a good-looking group of people. Well, we have some very, very good news today, and a lot of good things are happening for our country. Please sit down. My fellow Americans, this is Liberation Day, waiting for a long time. April 2nd, 2025 will forever be remembered as the day American industry was reborn, the day America's destiny was reclaimed, and the day that we began to make America wealthy again. We're going to make it wealthy, good and wealthy. For decades, our country has been looted, pillaged, raped, and plundered by nations near and far, both friend and foe alike. American steel workers, auto workers, farmers, and skilled craftsmen, we have a lot of them here with us today. They really suffered gravely. They watched in anguish as foreign leaders have stolen our jobs, foreign cheaters have ransacked our factories, and foreign scavengers have torn apart our once beautiful American dream. We had an American dream that you don't hear so much about. You did 4 years ago, and you are now, but you don't too often, and for many years and decades even, you didn't hear too much about. Our country and its taxpayers have been ripped off for more than 50 years, but it is not going to happen anymore. It's not going to happen. In a few moments, I will sign a historic executive order instituting reciprocal tariffs on countries throughout the world. Reciprocal, that means they do it to us and we do it to them. Very simple. Can't get any simpler than that. This is one of the most important days, in my opinion, in American history. It's our declaration of economic independence. For years, hardworking American citizens were forced to sit on the sidelines as other nations got rich and powerful, much of it at our expense. But now it's our turn to prosper, and in so doing, use trillions and trillions of dollars to reduce our taxes and pay down our national debt, and it'll all happen very quickly. With today's action, we are finally going to be able to make America great again, greater than ever before. Jobs and factories will come roaring back into our country, and you see it happening already. We will supercharge our domestic industrial base. We will pry open foreign markets and break down foreign trade barriers. And ultimately, more production at home will mean stronger competition and lower prices for consumers. This will be indeed the golden age of America. It's coming back, and we're going to come back very strongly. We're pleased to be joined on this momentous occasion by Vice President J.D. Vance. J.D., thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Where are you, J.D.? No, that wasn't too hard to find. I was looking, you know, he likes to take a low-key attitude, so usually we sit right in front. He's gaining a lot of confidence, Mike, isn't it? And nearly my entire cabinet is here, as well as Speaker Mike Johnson, who's done an amazing job.
Please tap the like button, guys, and share this moment, and consider subscribing.
And with
Thank
the
you.
great success we had last night in Florida, we have a majority of 7, and 7's like a lot when we had it at 1, right? You've done a fantastic job, and many of the members of the House and Senate are with us. Senators, Congressmen, thank you all for being with us. We appreciate it. For decades, the United States slashed our trade barriers on other countries, while those nations placed massive tariffs on our products and created outrageous non-monetary barriers to decimate our industries. And in many cases, the non-monetary barriers were worse than the monetary ones. They manipulated their currencies, subsidized their exports, stole our intellectual property, imposed exorbitant VAT taxes to disadvantage our products, adopted unfair rules and technical standards, and created filthy pollution havens. They were absolutely filthy, but they always came to us and they said, we're violating, we should pay for it. It's all detailed in a very big report by the U.S. Trade Representative on foreign trade barriers, and I'll just hold it up for you. It's available, and you don't have to pay too much. As I understand it, you'll pay nothing. It's a lot of work for something, actually, because it's a special book. It's very, frankly, it's very upsetting when you read it, when you see what people have been doing to us for 30 years. This all happened with no response from the United States of America, none whatsoever. But those days are over. Let me offer just a few examples of the vicious attacks our workers have faced for so many years. The United States charges other countries only a 2.4 tariff on motorcycles. Meanwhile, Thailand and others are charging much higher prices, like 60%. India charges 70%. Vietnam charges 75%, and others are even higher than that. Likewise, until today, the United States has for decades charged a 2.5 tariff. Think of that, 2.5% on foreign-made automobiles. The European Union charges us more than 10% tariffs, and they have 20% VATs, much, much higher.
Markets
India
responding.
charges 70%, and perhaps worst of all are the non-monetary restrictions imposed by South Korea, Japan, and very many other nations. As a result of these colossal trade barriers, 81% of the cars in South Korea are made in South Korea. 94% of the cars in Japan are made in Japan. Toyota sells 1 million foreign-made automobiles into the United States, and General Motors sells almost none. Ford sells very little. None of our companies are allowed to go into other countries. And I say that, friend and foe. And in many cases, the friend is worse than the foe in terms of trade. But such horrendous imbalances have devastated our industrial base and put our national security at risk. I don't blame these other countries at all for this calamity. I blame former presidents and past leaders who weren't doing their job. They let it happen, and they let it happen to an extent that nobody can even believe. That's why, effective at midnight, we will impose a 25% tariff on all foreign-made automobiles. Thank you. Brian, I'd like to have you come up here for a second, okay? I just see him sitting. He's been a fan of ours, and he understands this business a lot better than the economists, a lot better than anybody. Brian, say a few words, please, would you? Thank you, Mr. Thank you. It's a great honor to have you. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. President. I grew up just north of Detroit, Michigan, in Macomb County, known as the home of the Reagan Democrats. My first vote for president was for Ronald Reagan. I thought that was going to be the best president I ever saw in my lifetime until Donald J. Trump came along. I have watched my entire life, I have watched plant after plant after plant in Detroit and in the Metro Detroit area close. There are now plants sitting idle. There are now plants that are underutilized, and Donald Trump's policies are going to bring product back into those underutilized plants. There's going to be new investment. There's going to be new plants built. And the UAW members, and I brought 20 of them with me, they're sitting right over here. We support Donald Trump's policies on tariffs 100%. So, Mr. President, we can't thank you enough. And in 6 months or a year, we're going to begin to see the benefits. I can't wait to see what's happening 3 or 4 years down the road. Thank you, Mr. President.
What a great guy. He got it right from the beginning. He got it before almost anybody else. This group over there, they got it too.
That's the S&P you're looking at on the screen.
We won the state of Michigan. We won almost all of them. But we won Michigan by a lot, and I want to just thank you all. The auto workers were fantastic. The Teamsters were fantastic. Everyone was pretty good, I will tell you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You're going to be very happy very soon, and you probably see what's happening with all of the, not only car companies, but car companies in particular. See it with all of the ones they're moving, they're announcing day in, day out. You're seeing it. Nobody's ever seen anything like that. With today's actions, we're also standing up for our great farmers and ranchers who are brutalized by nations all over the world. Brutalized. Canada, by the way, imposes a 250 to 300% tariff on many of our dairy products. They do the first can of milk. They do the first little carton of milk at a very low price, but after that it gets bad, and then it gets up to 275, 300%. So when they're figuring what's Canada charging, they say, oh, about 2%, 3%. But take a look at what happens down the road. When you look a little bit, it's not a pretty picture, and we don't like it, and it's not fair. It's not fair to our farmers. It's not fair to our country. And with countries like Canada, you know, we subsidize a lot of countries and keep them going and keep them in business. In the case of Mexico, it's $300 billion a year. In the case of Canada, it's close to $200 billion a year. And I say, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? I mean, at what point do we say you got to work for yourselves, and you got to? This is why we have the big deficits. This is why we have that amount of debt that's been placed on our heads over the last number of years, and we're really not taking it anymore. Through non-tariff barriers, the European Union bans imports of most American poultry. You understand? They say, we want to send you our cars, we want to send you everything, but we're not going to take anything that you have. Australia bans, and they're wonderful people and wonderful everything, but they ban American beef, yet we imported $3 billion of Australian beef from them just last year alone. They won't take any of our beef. They don't want it because they don't want it to affect their farmers. And you know what? I don't blame them, but we're doing the same thing right now, starting about midnight tonight, I would say. And China charges American rice farmers an overquota, it's called, a tariff rate of 65%. South Korea charges 50%. Actually, they charge different, from 50% to 513%. And Japan, our friend, charges us 700%. But that's because they don't want us selling rice, another thing. Who can blame them, Madam Secretary? Agriculture, great job you did on eggs, by the way. The egg prices came down 50%. You got them down 50%. Once we got involved, they were going through the sky. The egg prices, they were going through the sky, and you did a fantastic job. Now we have lots of eggs, and they're much cheaper, down about 59% now, and they're going down further. We charge 2.8% for so many things that other countries are charging 200%, 300%, and 400% for. If imposing tariffs and protective barriers made nations poor, then every country on earth would be racing to eliminate these policies, and China would be the first on line. They run a very strong country, but they're not first in line, and the American people are paying a very big price. From 1789 to 1913, we were a tariff-backed nation, and the United States was proportionately the wealthiest it has ever been. So wealthy, in fact, that in the 1880s, they established a commission to decide what they were going to do with the vast sums of money they were collecting. We were collecting so much money so fast, we didn't know what to do with it. Isn't that a nice problem to have? What do you think, Marco? Good problem? Marco would love that problem. But we don't have that problem anymore, but we're not going to have it very much longer, I will tell you. But they collected so much money, they actually formed a commission to determine what they were going to do with the money, who they were going to give it to, and how much. Then in 1913, for reasons unknown to mankind, they established the income tax so that citizens, rather than foreign countries, would start paying the money necessary to run our government. Then in 1929, it all came to a very abrupt end with the Great Depression, and it would have never happened if they had stayed with the tariff policy. It would have been a much different story. They tried to bring back tariffs to save our country, but it was gone. It was gone. It was too late. Nothing could have been done. It took years and years to get out of that depression, far longer than even FDR had that office right over there for a long period of time. The ramp system, that's rather intricate, was built because of him, and every time you walk up, you think of him, and he did a great job in many ways, but it lasted long beyond his terms, as you know. But it's not too late any longer, and we're going to start being smart, and we're going to start being very wealthy again. We're going to be wealthy as a country because they've taken so much of our wealth away from us. We're not going to let that happen. We truly can be very wealthy. We can be so much wealthier than any country. It's not even believable, but we're getting smart. Nearly a century later, in the face of unrelenting economic warfare, the United States can no longer continue with a policy of unilateral economic surrender. We cannot pay the deficits of Canada, Mexico, and so many other countries. We used to do it. We can't do it anymore. We take care of countries all over the world. We pay for their military. We pay for everything they have to pay. And then when you want to cut back a little bit, they get upset that you're not taking care of them any longer. But we have to take care of our people, and we're going to take care of our people first. And I'm sorry to say that. And today we're standing up for the American worker, and we are finally putting America first. In sleepy Joe Biden's last year in office, the United States hemorrhaged 100,000 manufacturing jobs, and the number was going through the roof at levels never seen before. And our trade deficit reached a record $1.2 trillion, which is unheard of. Since the beginning of NAFTA, the worst trade deal ever made, it was a horror show. I was able to terminate it. They all said you'd never be able to get it out. We had to get approval from Congress to get it terminated.
Just a handful of subs away from 75,000 subscribers.
Ever made by far.
Please become our 75th thousand.
Since the very
Thank
beginning
you.
of NAFTA, our country lost 90,000 factories. Think of what that is, 90,000. Think about putting a map up and putting text on it. You wouldn't have enough room. 90,000. I said, is that possible? We had it checked 4 different times, and it was actually somewhat higher than that. And 5 million manufacturing jobs were lost while racking up trade deficits of $19 trillion. That was the worst trade deal ever made. As a result of these gigantic losses, foreign nations now own $26 trillion more of American assets than think of this, than the Americans own of their own foreign assets or other foreign assets. The United States can no longer produce enough antibiotics to treat our sick. We have a tremendous problem. We have to go to foreign countries to treat our sick. If anything ever happened from a war standpoint, we wouldn't be able to do it. We import virtually all of our computers, phones, televisions, and electronics. We used to dominate the field, and now we import it all from different countries. A single shipyard in China now produces more ships every year than all of the American shipyards combined. Think of that. And it was a business that we used to dominate. We used to dominate it totally. In short, chronic trade deficits are no longer merely an economic problem. They're a national emergency that threatens our security and our very way of life. It's a very great threat to our country. And for these reasons, starting tomorrow, the United States will implement reciprocal tariffs on other nations. It's been a long time since we even thought of that. We used to think about it a lot. We didn't think about it for many decades, and you see what's happened. For nations that treat us badly, we will calculate the combined rate of all their tariffs, non-monetary barriers, and other forms of cheating. And because we are being very kind, we're kind people, very kind. You're not so kind when you got ripped off with your salaries. My auto worker friends and my Teamster friends and all of the unions that typically voted Democrat. They're not voting Democrat anymore because worker, whether union or non-worker, they're for the Republicans now. That's what happened. But we will charge them approximately half of what they are and have been charging us. So the tariffs will be not a full reciprocal. I could have done that, yes, but it would have been tough for a lot of countries who didn't want to do that. I'd like to see the chart if you have it. Could you bring it up, Howard? This is our great Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick. Thanks, Howard. So if you look at that, China, first row, China, 67%. That's tariffs charged to the USA, including currency manipulation and trade barriers. So 67%, I think you can, for the most part, see it. Those with good eyes, with bad eyes. We didn't want to bring, it's very windy out here. We didn't want to bring out the big charts because it had no chance of standing. Fortunately, we came armed with a little smaller chart. So 67%, so we're going to be charging a discounted reciprocal tariff of 34%. I think, in other words, they charge us, we charge them less. So how can anybody be upset? They will be because we never charge anybody anything, but now we're going to charge. European
now the numbers are on the screen,
tough,
the market's
very
selling
tough
off.
Traders.
Look at that.
You think of European Union, very friendly. They rip us off. It's so sad to see. It's so pathetic. 39%, we're going to charge
That's okay.
them 20%.
That's people
so
taking profit. I warned you of that. Don't chase
Vietnam, great negotiators, great people. They like me, I like them. The problem is they charge us 90%. We're going to charge them 46% tariff. Taiwan, where they took all of our computer chips and semiconductors. We used to be the king, right? We were everything. We had all of it. Now we have almost none of it, except the biggest company is coming in. We're going to end up with almost 40%. Lee Zeldin's
for the markets. We do need some substance, otherwise they'll sell this off.
Company. Mr.
They
Wei,
need some substance, some numbers. Hopefully this will work.
They're coming in from Taiwan, and they're going to build one of the biggest plants in the world.
That's why we're selling off now.
For that. But 64%, we're going to charge them 32%. Japan, very, very tough. Great people. And again, I don't blame the people for doing it. I think they're very smart in doing it. I blame the people that sat right in that Oval Office, right over there, right behind the Resolute desk or whichever desk they chose. Japan, 46%. They would charge us 46%, and much higher for certain items like cars, little items like cars. 46%, we're charging them 24%. India, very, very tough, very, very tough. The Prime Minister just left. And he's a great friend of mine, but I said, you're a friend of mine, but you're not treating us right. They charge us 52%. You have to understand, we charge them almost nothing for years and years and decades. And it was only 7 years ago when I came in, we started with China and charged them. We took in hundreds of billions of dollars from China in tariffs. And they understood, honestly. President Xi understood. He said, look, I understand. And the other countries, and they all understand. We're going to have to go through a little tough love, maybe, but they all understand. They're ripping us off, and they understood it. Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe. He was a fantastic man. He was unfortunately taken from us, assassination.
Please tap subscribe. We're 10 away from 75,000 subscribers. Thank you.
We have to do something. A trade is not fair. He said, I know that, I know that. And he was a great gentleman. He was a fantastic man, but he understood immediately what I was talking about. I said, Shinzo, we have to do something. He said, I know that. And we worked out a deal, and it would have been a much better deal, but frankly, there were many years left on the deal that was made previous to my getting there, but it was something. If you look at Switzerland, 61% to 31%. Indonesia, Malaysia, Cambodia. Oh, look at Cambodia, 97%. We're going to bring it down to 49. They made a fortune with the United States of America. United Kingdom, 10%, and we'll go 10%. So we'll do the same thing. South Africa, 60%, 30%, and they've got some bad things going on in South Africa. We're paying them billions of dollars that we cut the funding because a lot of bad things are happening in South Africa. The fake news ought to be looking at it. They don't want to report it. Brazil, 10%, 10%. Bangladesh is 74%. So you see what's going on. Pakistan, 58%. Sri Lanka, 88%. So what we're doing is we're taking not the full, we could take the full 88%. Thanks a lot, Howard. He's doing a very good job. How's he doing, all right? I think you better take it with you. It's not going to last very long. He's going to put it, it's going to follow you down with the wind.
I hope you didn't chase the stock. That was my warning to everybody.
Too windy, but here's
profit taking.
Like a hat? I'm not giving it to a cabinet. I'm giving it to the auto workers. Come here. Thank you, fellas. Get it. That's it. That's it. They deserve it more than our cabinet. Our cabinet has plenty of hats. But you see the numbers. The numbers are so disproportionate. They're so unfair.
Now, this is where it can bounce from.
At the same time, we will
if Wall Street
establish
like
a minimum baseline tariff of 10%. You notice that on the chart? And that'll be on other countries to help rebuild our economy and to prevent cheating. So we're going to have a minimum of cheating, and we're going to be very severe on the people that at the gate that watch the tariffs and watch the product coming in, because there's been a lot of bad things happening at the gate because the money is so enormous that you're talking about. There's never been probably anything like it in terms of the enormity, and there are a lot of bad things happen at the people that do the check-in, and they're looking at 10-year jail sentences if they do play. We're going to treat them so good, but if they cheat, the repercussions are going to be extremely strong. Foreign nations will finally be asked to pay for the privilege of access to our market, the biggest market in the world. We're right now the biggest market in the world. We had a great country 4 years ago in terms of the economics. We were doubling up on China. We were doing so well. Nobody was going to catch us, but so much of it slipped away over the last 4 years under Biden. I campaigned on this policy throughout last year, and today that promise was made, and it was also a promise, as you know, that was kept. Promises made, promises kept. To any company that objects to our common sense reciprocal tariffs, again, reciprocal, back and forth, back and forth. And I call this kind reciprocal. This is not full reciprocal. This is kind reciprocal. But what we do is we cut it in half. We charge them. My answer is very simple if they complain. If you want your tariff rate to be zero, then you build your product right here in America, because there is no tariff if you build your plant, your product in America. And we've seen companies coming in like we've never seen before. Likewise to all of the foreign presidents, prime ministers, kings, queens, ambassadors, and everyone else who will soon be calling to ask for exemptions from these tariffs. I say, terminate your own tariffs, drop your barriers, don't manipulate your currencies. They manipulate their currencies like nobody can even believe, which is a bad, bad thing and very devastating to us, and start buying tens of billions of dollars of American goods. Tariffs give our country protection against those that would do us economic harm, and many people were looking to do us economic harm. Maybe not so obviously, but they were doing tremendous economic harm. But even more importantly, they will give us growth. These tariffs are going to give us growth like you haven't seen before, and it'll be something very special to watch. I am so looking forward, and Brian, it's going to happen even faster than you said. You know, you might say, but it's already started. It's already started. Work's already begun on plants all around the country, and you see that as before. These are big, rich companies. We have $61 billion started on a big plant going up. It's going to be announced over the next 2 days, and they already started work. Many of these the biggest companies in the world, they've committed to build, build, build. We're going to build, 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 sir. And they came here to see me, and they wanted to know if they could have a press conference. I do as many as I can. I'm pretty busy trying to stop Russia and Ukraine and the Middle East. We got to stop that. We got to stop the Houthis, which we're making tremendous. They like shooting ships down and out of the water, sinking ships. They get a kick out of it, but they're not getting such a kick out of it now, are they? Mr. Secretary. They're not getting such a kick out of that now. But here are just a short list of some of the companies that have already announced and committed to investment. And this is a company that built its factories and its plants in China. Apple is going to spend $500 billion. They never spent money like that here. They're going to build their plants here. SoftBank, OpenAI, and Oracle, great companies, are investing $500 billion almost immediately. NVIDIA, a hot company, is investing hundreds of billions of dollars. They just announced. TSMC, the biggest, most important company in the world of chips from Taiwan, with no investment from us, is investing $200 billion. And they said the reason was, number one, the election of November 5th, and number two, the tariffs. They don't want to pay the tariffs, and the way they're not paying it is to build their plant here. So we're going to go from almost no percentage. We used to have 100% of the chip market. Now it's all in Taiwan, almost all of it's in Taiwan.
Market's selling quite rapidly now.
Mostly in Taiwan. And think of it, we had 100%. We lost it because of people in that office that didn't do their job.
If it breaks another 0.5%, it's going down 10%.
Johnson & Johnson, great company, $55 billion. Eli Lilly,
I hope you didn't chase
$27
it.
billion. Meta is investing $500 billion. Wow. DeMac is investing $20 billion. CMA, CGM, $20 billion. And then you have Merck and Clarios, Stellantis, General Motors, GE Aerospace, Honda, Nissan, Hyundai are all putting in billions and billions of dollars, and they're committed 100%. So. And we've never had, and this is after 2.5 months. This is after just a short, this all took place as soon as we came out with what everybody wanted to do. You know, I watched a gentleman today on television, used to work with Lee Iacocca, a very respected automobile person, and he said, you know, because they're asking people, and they try and get as many negative people as they can, but they can't find them too much. It's pretty hard to find in terms of what we're doing, especially when they see all this investment. They said, so tell me, what do you think of what Trump is doing from the automobile standpoint? He said, I can't believe it. Somebody is finally, he's an older guy, real pro, really top guy, with Lee Iacocca. He said, I never thought I'd see the day when this would happen, where somebody had the courage to go and do what has to be done. This is transforming our nation. Our entire nation is going to be transformed, not only with the cars, but on every single other item that's built. We're going to become an industrial powerhouse. And he said that so beautifully today. In fact, I'm going to find out. I'm going to get a tape. And
we're in
Bruce,
trouble
I'm going
now.
to get that tape, and I'm going to send
The
it to you out
market
in Long
could go
Island,
down
and you're going to
10
play
to
it for the
20%.
people
He doesn't like
and all
this.
your union workers
He's
and
not
your
giving
non-union
enough
workers
clarity.
out there. You got a pretty even split.
That's why it's selling off.
But we have, so far, it looks like we're going to have about $6 trillion of investments, and you wouldn't do that in years in this country over the last
It's bouncing off its low for this year.
And that's going to be much higher by the end of the year. And think of what $6 trillion is. You wouldn't have even a small percentage of that under this other system. We're going to be an entirely different country, and it's going to be fantastic for the workers. It's going to be fantastic for everyone.
If you like this is now the time to buy, not before. But if you're concerned, this is not the time to buy. If it breaks this support level, we're down 10%.
It's incredible to meet with the top people.
That's your
that you
choice.
Read about, very wealthy people, or people that are great managers and executives and presidents of big public companies. And to watch the enthusiasm they have now that they didn't have. They gave up on our country. They went to foreign countries and they built. Companies are pouring into our country at levels never seen before, with jobs and money to follow, and it's really beautiful. In the coming days, there will be complaints from the globalists and the outsourcers and special interests and the fake news. Always, fake news will always complain. But never forget, every prediction our opponents made about trade for the last 30 years has been proven totally wrong. They were wrong about NAFTA. They were wrong about China. They were wrong about the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which would have been a disaster if I didn't terminate it. If I didn't terminate that, United Auto Workers, you would have had no jobs in this country. You would have had no jobs. It was all going to other countries. In my first
He's
term,
not helping
they
the stock
said
market right
tariffs
now.
would
This is becoming like a
crash
political.
the economy. Instead, we built the
How
greatest
great
economy
he
in
is.
the
This is
history of
not
the
what
world.
we
And
want.
again,
We want him
I
to
have
just
great
give
respect for
numbers
President Xi
and
of
support
China,
the
great
markets,
respect
and
for
he's
China,
not. Be
but,
careful, folks.
they were taking
This
tremendous
could drop very
advantage
quickly now.
of us, and I commend them for that. I say, hey, if you can get away with it, that's okay. But you know, they understand exactly what's happening, and they probably, most of them are saying it's about time they did something. But and they're going to fight, and they're going to fight fair. Everyone's going to fight. You know, it's like I say to the leaders, look, you got to take care of your country, but we have to start taking care of our country now. We can't do what we've been doing for the last 50 years. From the day of my election, the stock market went up in my first term,
You need to support the market now.
with Nasdaq
This
going
isn't a
up
political rally.
155%, more than any president has ever had in any term in office, by far.
Support is broken. It's
And
going
I think
down.
we're going to blow that away, and
He's got to
maybe
stop.
the numbers won't show, but I think they're going to show much better than even those numbers. But what you're going to see is you're going to see activity, that empty, dead sites, factories that are falling down. Those factories will be knocked down, and they're going to have brand new factories built in their place. They're not only talking about renovating, they're talking about brand new, the best anywhere in the world, the biggest anywhere in the world. I have a friend who builds car plants, and I said, I want to see the biggest and the best. He said, well, we have to go to Mexico. I said, no, I want to see it in the United States. He said, we're not building them in there. This is a year and a half ago during the campaign. He said, we're not building it. You'd have to go to Mexico.
Someone should tell him the market
When I
is
was starting
selling this
to,
off.
decide
It's
to
becoming
run,
a
and I went to
political
number one in the
rally.
polls
He
very
needs
rapidly, I
to
want to
give
say.
support.
Like, let's
This
say
isn't
in the
going to
first-
work.
in the first hour. And then shortly thereafter, it looked like I was going to win, and the fake news was saying, oh, no, don't do this. What they don't know is if I didn't win, they would have really been in trouble, because nobody wants to read them anyway.
Ouch.
But I tell you what, when it looked like I was going to win, I announced that I was going to be doing exactly what we're talking about today. Great consistency, actually.
You
'cause I've
guys
been
can have
talking
your
about
say
it
in a
for
minute. You can
40
call in,
years.
have your say. What do you think of
Because
this?
I saw what was happening 40 years ago. If you look at my old speeches when I was young, very handsome, my old speeches, and that people would say, I'd be on a television show, I'd be talking about how we were being ripped off by these countries. I mean, nothing changes very much. The only thing that changed were the countries, but nothing really changes. But it's why it's such an honor.
Gold's
It's such
going
an
up.
honor to be finally able
That
to
tells
do
you the
this.
market is going to go down tomorrow.
If you look at China, I took in hundreds of billions of dollars in my term, hundreds of billions. They never paid 10 cents to any other president, and yet they paid hundreds of billions, so much so that Biden couldn't do anything. They wanted to try and terminate it.
This is a
because
shame.
he
He's
had a very
losing the
special
opportunity here
relationship
to
with
speak to the
China.
world. It's
You know
not
what
about winning the
relationship
election.
was? He had a special relationship.
Oh,
But
someone
the
needs to tell
numbers
him.
were so big, the numbers were so big that they couldn't do it. So they did ease it up. They did things that they shouldn't have done. They made
This is
it
getting
a
painful
lot
to
more
watch
comfortable
now.
for them, but they couldn't do it because the numbers were hundreds of billions of dollars, and I did that. And we were on our way to doing something like incredible. And then we had a very bad election happen, a very bad election. A lot of bad things happened. So when I said we got to do it again, I said we have to make it too big to rig, and we made it
President
too big to
Trump,
rig. and
what are
we
you
won in
doing? The
records,
markets
and it
are
was
selling
a
off.
monumental win. And it was such an honor
dear.
to see so many of you, like Brian and your friends, here with us to celebrate, and to more importantly celebrate what we're doing, because that wouldn't be a full celebration if we didn't do this, because this will be an entirely different country in a short period of
No
time.
one is more pro-America than me. I'm from England and I bought this market. I'm trying to support the American economy.
Very
But
tired
this isn't the way to
predictions
do
earlier
it.
this year, but in February, core inflation dropped to the lowest rate in 4 years. And the price of eggs, as you know, just in a month and a half, we were there for 4 weeks.
This could be down 10%
And
tomorrow.
the first
Many will
week,
get margin
I got
call
blamed
tomorrow.
For eggs. I said, I just got here. They said eggs have gone up at like 250%, and you can't get eggs. And they were going crazy. And I said, I just got here. And then
I'm not sure, Shane. I think this could go down 10% now.
And our great
A lot of people
Secretary
get
of
capitulated and
Agriculture,
wiped
she did
out.
a fantastic job. Brooke Rollins, she did a fantastic job. And as I said before, the price of eggs dropped now 59%, and they're going down more, and the availability is fantastic. They were saying that for Easter, please don't
He
use
should have just
eggs.
left it
Could
where
you
it
use
was.
plastic eggs? I
He'd
said,
won
we
the
don't want to do
argument,
that. We want to,
but now
and you really
it's
came
being
through.
destroyed.
It's an amazing job. Thank you very much, Brooke. You did great. But
Oh,
likewise, an
dear me.
old-fashioned term that we use, groceries. I used it on the campaign. It's such an old-fashioned term, but a beautiful term, groceries. It sort of says a bag with different things in it. Groceries went through the roof. And I campaigned
can have your
on
say
that.
in a
I talked
moment,
about
guys.
the word groceries for a lot. And energy costs now are down. Groceries are down. Gasoline is way under $3. And people are beginning to be able to buy things and live again. We brought prices way down. We created 10,000 already in a few weeks, new manufacturing jobs. And it was that took place in 1 month, numbers that they haven't seen in a long time. We had virtually no inflation under my term. We had virtually no inflation for 4 years, but after transitioning over to Sleepy Joe,
It's not about the
it went
market
from
going up and
almost
down, guys.
non-existent
It's
to the
about it's
highest
broken
in
the
the history
support
of
we've
our
been sat on for
country.
3
They're
months.
the highest
That
inflation
is the
in
problem.
the history of our country, brought
It
up
could
by
now drop
energy and bad
10%.
spending and bad policy, and a lot of bad things happened. How about allowing millions and millions and millions of people to pour into our country with open borders, where it's so sad to see even now. And I see our great secretary you have done. Stand up, please, Christy. Stand up. Christy Noem and Tom Homan. These people are doing a great job, but gotten them out in records. We have problems with judges that don't want them to go out. They want Tren de Araqua.
It's not a crash yet. It's a major correction. We're not at the edge of a crash yet, but we are breaking that support.
Killer gangs. They kill people. They don't even think about it. And we put them out, and we have judges now, radical left judges that they don't want them to go out. They want them to even be brought back. Let's bring them back. You've done a fantastic job, and please thank everybody. Homeland Security, thank everybody. Appreciate it. And we now have a border that's the best border that we've ever had, even better than it was my first term. My first term we did good, but this one we really specialized in. We've done really well.
It started so well.
And we had records then. We had the best, safest border. 4 years ago, we had the best border there ever was. And now we have, you've actually matched it and done even better. And we're going to get it down the right way. And we want people, by the way, to come into our country, but we want to come in through a legal process. We want them to come in legally. We need more people. We need people to run these plants and to help the auto workers and the Teamsters and the non-union people and everybody else. But we need people and the farmers. And we're going to let people come in, but they want to come in. We want them to come in legally. They have to have the capability of loving our country, not people that hate our country. We don't want them in our country. And now we're going to pass the largest tax cuts in American history, and that's where we're relying on Mike and John.
Now, this is what's important. Talk about the tax cuts.
And we will not cut Social Security, Medicare, or Medicaid benefits, and the Democrats will, because if they got in, the entire economy would collapse. This country was heading for a collapse under the people that you saw. They were horrible. I think one of the reasons people like the job, I have my highest approval ratings because I think they're comparing me to the worst administration in the history of our country, so I appreciate that at least. But Speaker of the House Mike Johnson and Senate Majority Leader, appreciate it, Mike.
Sean, this isn't sell the news, it's broken the level. The support we've sat on for 3 months.
But they've been working tirelessly on taking the next step to pass
no
the plan.
No one's got the nerve to say anything. Someone needs to say something.
Bill. I'd
Focus
like to
on
name
the numbers.
That if you can. One big, I made that statement about
52
6 months ago,
low.
and everybody calls it one big, beautiful bill. And it will be that. It'll have everything, the big tax cuts and every incentive there is. And it'll be fantastic. And by the way, for the cars, we're asking for an interest deduction on a loan. So if you build the car, only in America we do it, Brian. If the car's not built in America, you don't get the interest rate deduction. But if you build the car in America, if you buy a car, if it's built in America, then you get an interest rate deduction, tax deduction, and that's a big thing. It's going to be a big thing. I think that's going to pay for itself very quickly, that deduction. Never happened. We've never had anything like that before. Somebody said, where do you get the idea? Because it's so basic. You would think that would have happened a long time ago. It never did, and I'm very happy it didn't, because now I can say that was my idea. But we're going to get us closer to the debt extension. We have to get the debt extension passed, and I know
Now,
you're going to be able to do that, Mike. And
this
it's
is
very
key.
important that you do that. And all of the other things that the Senate budget plan gives us, along with working, because I know they're working together, John and Mike, and the two bills are going very well together. We need to get our shared priorities done, including certain permanent tax cuts. We want the tax cuts to be permanent, spending cuts, energy and historic investments in defense, border, and so much more. We're covering everything. These will be phenomenal. There'll be no bill like this going to straighten. One bill is going to straighten out our country for many, many years to come.
Canada just dropped
And we
all
said, let's
tariffs.
just
I
do
don't
it,
have
and let's
that
get it done. And
verification.
some guys will
Where are you
love it,
reading
and
that
some
from?
guys will like it a little bit less because they're not getting what they were exactly looking for, but they're getting a lot. They'll never, if we get this done, it'll be the most incredible bill ever passed in the history of our Congress and Senate and congressmen, the senators and the congressmen, many of whom are here today, will be very proud of themselves. I really believe that it's going to set us on a whole new prosperous path. We're going to cut spending and right-size the budget back to where it should be. We're going to do that very strongly. Thank you, Rick. Thank you. John, thank you. Oh, look at all of our senators over there. Oh, boy. That's a nice group of people. But I won't like them so much if they don't get this bill done. That's a great group. And Congressman, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Tremendous people. The Senate plan is my complete and total support, and the House plan likewise is very similar. They're moving along pretty much at the same clip, and as soon as you're ready, you'll show it to me, and I'm sure it'll have my support, Mike. Every Republican congressman and senator
I don't see any evidence of Canada dropping all their tariffs.
We have to get it done. We have to get absolutely everything we can, and we have to take care of the American people. That's the only thing that matters. We have to take care of the American people first. We need to pass this bill immediately, get it done, including debt extension.
If you could subscribe, it'd be amazing. We're 5 away from 75,000 subscribers. Thank you, guys. It would be an amazing moment.
The future that they deserve. We're going to produce the cars and ships, chips, airplanes, minerals, and medicines that we need right here in America. The pharmaceutical companies are going to come roaring back. They're coming roaring back. They're all coming back to our country because if they don't, they got a big tax to pay. And if they do, I'll be very happy, and you're going to be very happy, and you're going to be very safe. We're going to build our future with American hands, with American heart, American steel, and we're going to build it with American pride like we used to. We're approaching our 100th day as president and have been given credit by a lot of people, actually, even some of the fake news. Can you believe it? Which in this case hopefully isn't fake, for having done more in that time than any other administration in the history of our country in the first 100 days. I think we've had an amazing, in terms of what we've done, what we've gotten accomplished. I'd like to see if we can get that war ended and another war from not starting in the Middle East. We have to get Russia. They're losing 2,000 on average, 2,500 people a day, young people, soldiers, Russian. Think of that. 2,500 through some days, but on average, probably over about a 1 week period, it's 2,712, they say. They're losing those soldiers. They're dying. They're being decimated. And they're not from our country, but they're from other countries, but they're human beings. They're from Russia. They're from Ukraine in this period, most of them. And we're going to get it stopped. It's a senseless war that would have never happened if I was president, and it shouldn't be allowed to go on. And I think we're being given good cooperation by Russia and by Ukraine, but we have to get it stopped. It's humanity. It's humanity. It's a terrible thing. This will be a very big moment. I think you're going to remember today. It's going to be a free nation that we're dealing with. We're going to have a very free and beautiful nation. It's going to be Liberation Day in America, and it's going to be a day that hopefully you're going to look back in years to come and you're going to say, you know, he was right. This has turned out to be one of the most important days in the history of our country. God bless you and God bless America. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm going to come back to our panel. I'm going to keep watching to see if there's anything else coming up. Let me clear this away. We're going to keep watching. If you want to have a say, I will keep watching to see if there's anything else. But I don't think...
So day 74 of the second Trump term and one of the most seismic, the Rose Garden.
I don't see anything specific coming out of there yet. I'll keep my eye. Okay, what I can show you now is Donald Trump is about to sign the executive order. I'm sure...
And the wealth of other nations.
I'm sure you'd like to see that, so I'll share this with you. Here we go.
Closes what's referred to as the de minimis loophole with respect to imports from the
Not even Hail Mary.
The other is the big one, is the reciprocal tariff executive order that the president just spoke about at length. This is obviously a huge deal, and it's been an honor to be part of your team getting this done.
This is a big step.
We'll come back to you, everybody, in a moment. We are 2 away from 75,000 subscribers. If you could, it would be a fantastic day for us, and I will celebrate with a big American surprise. So please do consider subscribing. We are 2 away from 75,000 subscribers. Thank you. Here we go. Everyone gets a voice in a moment. Everyone can call in and have their thoughts on what you've just seen. Are you happy? Are you not? Reciprocal tariff sounds fair, but it didn't give any clarity to certain issues that Wall Street was looking for. That's the problem. 1 away from 75,000 subscribers.
Mr. President, what do you say to American families who are worried they'll pay more?
Okay, let me just mute that audio there for a moment and just share this moment with you. This is a very, very special moment for us on the channel. We've worked very, very hard for this. Let me just show you, look. We've now just passed 75,000 subscribers. Thank you very much indeed for being part of that. That's a really big moment. And because of that, I would like to do something special. Let me just bring this up for you. Let me just bring this on the screen. I've had to find my recording of it because for some reason my file has got corrupted. But this is for everybody in America today. Let me play this to you. Here we go. I was voted by Elton John as the world piano man, and this is to all Americans. Here we go.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
There we go. Thank you very much for everyone's support there. We got the American president deliver Liberation Day. Was it what you was expecting? Are you happy? And thank you ever so much. We are now flying through 75,000 subscribers. That's what we expected when all the trolls were deleting over 1,500 subscribers that were set up to just delete. And as we broke through really quickly, which is exactly what we said. So thank you so much indeed, everyone who's been part of this journey. It really is a very special day. Thank you very much indeed. But look, the markets are trying to bounce from this level. Let me go over to everybody right now and get your thoughts on what you have just seen. Now, if you'd like to call in, you can call in. The link's in the chat. If there are 3 spots left, if you'd like to call in, you have to let me know that you're calling in. I will not go and look to see if you're calling in unless you are a member and you've put in the chat that you are calling in. So if you'd like to call in, now is your chance. Let me open it up for everybody. Now, we had 10,000 people join us this afternoon. It's been an amazing afternoon. Let me go just to subscribers now. Everyone can comment. Everyone can share their thoughts, members or non-members. Let's start and go round the panel. What do you think? Saab, are you happy what you've just seen and what you've heard?
You know what? He put it out there. He's put the numbers out there now, and now we can see what the other countries are going to do. You know, now that the numbers are there, you know, they can work with that. And I think I think that was more than fair, to be honest. He could have done 100% tariffs, you know, reciprocal tariffs, and he didn't. He chose to do half because I know that he probably knew that he probably wasn't going to get any joy with that anyway. So half is a good number, and I think if the other countries can see that they're only getting charged half of what we're getting charged, you know, they're still getting a better deal. So, you know,
I agree.
There needs to be a reset, and it was going to come. It's here, and let's see what happens.
Thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, it does appear that he's been fair because I think United Kingdom was 10 for 10, but many other developing countries were less. They were paying less than they're charging us. So, I mean, on that face, you could say it was it's a fair thing. If you are calling in, I can't pick up the phone. Oh, Namisha wants to call in. Okay, Namisha, let me put you in spot number 6. Let me put you in spot number 6. We've got 2 spots left. Namisha, welcome to you. Let me just zoom out your camera. We've got you a little bit zoomed in there. Let me just zoom out a little bit. There you go. Thank you, Namisha, for calling in. We'll come to you in a moment. Let's go up to Chris. Are you happy what you saw? The markets don't like it at the moment. What the markets don't like is when Donald does his sort of election campaign speeches. They just want to know numbers. If he left it with the numbers, I think the market would have stayed up. But what do you think? Chris, give me your thoughts.
I think that the income tax thing with the IRS was very close at the beginning when he started to talk about the history of tariffs. And it was included that when the IRS first began to exist, that was the history that he kind of encapsulated, that it's not going to coexist with what's happening with these tariffs. And I believe the IRS is still going to be eliminated and the ERS is going to be created.
Okay, well, I don't know whether that's good or bad. That's your opinion. I've got there's no evidence I can see of that at the moment, but we will keep our eye on it. And thank you for giving me something to look out for. I will certainly look out for that. James, what do you think about what you've just seen and heard from Donald Trump? Are you happy?
I wrote some things down, and I usually do this when I listen to his speeches and stuff. And the first thing I wrote down was little substance. He gave enough to tease people, but really, you know, it's not much of a change. Then it's all about me. Everything he talked about was me. Then the third one I wrote down was ego, and you can tell the ego was overriding. And I was watching one of my cryptos while he was talking, and when he started talking anything about what he really wanted to talk about. In the beginning, it went up. And then as he started talking about me, ego, and everything else, talks too much about nothing, then all of a sudden people just got less interested and said, this is a bunch of crap. So, of course, what happened was the same thing, the sell-off. So, and it's
I just want to interrupt you there. We've got lots of people with lots of opinions, and everyone's going to get their voice. Let's just for this, let's keep any sort of colourful language, even simple as crap. Only because a lot of people are very passionate about Trump. They either love or hate him. So we don't want to upset anyone. We just want to give everyone the chance. A lot of people are going to be margin call today. A lot of people are going to lose money today. A lot of people bought the pump. I advised against it. So we just want to keep it as nice as we can, because a lot of people are going to be in trouble now. All right. So what I'd like to do, give everyone a chance. I've been live now for about 12 hours. I've been live since 6 o'clock this morning. As you all know, this is a very honest show. I'm busting for a pee. I'm going to tell you right here, right now. Alex, would you just co-host the chat for me? So please allow James to continue. If I'm not back in a minute, which I'm sure I will be, please then give your views and go round the panel. But if I don't go for a pee, guys, there's going to be a hell up. That's all I'm saying. All right? Just telling you.
Totally understandable, Martyn.
It's been like 12 hours. All right. Please carry on. Thank you, Alex.
So Alex, sorry about the crap thing there, Martyn, but, I voted for Trump too. And the thing that I wanted to do is to make things better than what they were before. Has he done that? It's just going to take time. I mean, it's less than 100 days within his sitting as a president, and there's going to be a lot of changes, and there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be even to the Trump people that voted for him are not going to be nice. So we voted for him. I voted for him. I have to give him the benefit of the doubt and let him do his thing. There'll be a time if it's not good, then that's the good thing about America is we can always change our opinions, and we can always change who we like, and the First Amendment covers that. So liking what he said, I don't think there was any change in what he said. The last 3 times he's talked, it's a little bit about the same thing over and over. Tariffs, I'm going to raise, but manipulate the market, so to speak. To me, it was worthless, so to speak.
Well, I think you've said that you are a veteran, right?
Yes.
Right. As I've served in my country as a soldier, first of all, I would say thank you for everything that you have done. Even that I'm not American, doesn't matter. It's just respect from ex-military to another ex-military plus veteran. I believe as a veteran, there should be a lot of frustration, as in the USA, from what I've heard from my relatives, veterans haven't been treated very well, to be honest. We've got lots of veterans on the streets, which is unfair. So I get the frustration. You've also said that you voted for him. You haven't given him the benefit of a doubt, which I believe there's plenty of time. Now, I'm not a Trump fan or a hater or anything. I can see a person who's standing his ground for his country and his fellow Americans. So I'd say I wouldn't give yet my opinion, if that's all right, Martyn, if you want to go around with Nimish and the rest.
Thank you very much for doing that.
The only thing that I want to point out is that for Anointed Flowers, she mentioned that she had to leave the live, and I would appreciate everyone if we could spam a little bit the chat just to keep her safe, because she has a tornado alert where she lives, so that's really important.
Yes, and I am very familiar with that because I'm in Tornado Alley myself, and we are expecting egg-sized hail any minute. There is a front going across the Midwest of America, and egg-sized hail will destroy our roof. No doubt about it. And we've had tornadoes here on the ground where I am. So yes, this is a very real threat for people along the line where I am. So we wish her absolutely be safe. Me and Leah, we have a safe zone we have to run to. And I think you may remember there was one day live on the show where we ran to it. And it's no joke. In this area, there is real tornadoes. There are hail the size of baseballs, and baseball hail will come through the roof, not just damage the roof, through, and you'll be attacked by hail. So it's no joke. It's a real thing. Thank you very much for those wishes, Alex. I appreciate that. Just to lighten the mood, as we try to always here, I think everybody will agree with me. Just to sort of share a little personal moment. Am I right in saying this, that going for a really big wee is probably one of the most wonderful things you can do?
Yeah.
It is relaxing.
Tell the truth. It's one of the greatest pleasures. It's like, oh my God, this is better than a day out at a Ferrari shop. This is definitely what I'd rather do. Saab's going, really? This is what you want to do to the world? Well, it's I wouldn't have mentioned it other than I just had to do it, so I might as well admit it. Namisha's going, I didn't expect this from Martyn Lucas, world piano man.
I'd rather go to the Ferrari shop.
Well, you've never experienced a really big wee then. That's what I'm saying. I do apologise. We have a lady in the house. Namisha, what do you think about what you've just heard?
I was just going to say, you shouldn't hold it in, Martyn. If you need to go, then go. It's not good for your health.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. Would you say that again, please?
Okay. I was saying, if you need to go, then don't hold it in. It's not good for your health.
I know.
Just excuse and just go. I know.
It's a bit difficult though when you're doing a live show. Do you know what I mean? You've got to have some kind of, yeah. But thank you for that.
So, all right. So I wanted to say this.
Yeah.
So Trump is aware of the markets because he timed his speech directly after the bell closed, right? But
yeah, I'm listening.
Markets.
Yeah.
And he's not adjusting himself to our feelings and sentiments.
Correct.
He needs to do what he needs to do. And if he was a weak president, he would be adjusting himself and he would say, oh no, he would be worried about the markets. And in a similar way, I'm not worried about the markets either, because I've never been able to predict the markets. They do crazy things that I would think, this is actually good news. So why would the markets? I mean, I'm not a trader, and he did what he said he was going to do, and actually he called it kind tariffs. He referred to his tariffs as kind, and he didn't match. He didn't go. He just said 25%, or he kind of halved it, half the tariffs of what the other tariffs were, and
correct.
So he said, I'm not even going all the way. I have kind tariffs, which I thought was, that stood out to me. And the rest was motivational. It kind of sounded like a rally speech, but people need to hear that. It kind of sounded like he went on a little too long, but people do like to hear that. It's kind of like, I guess, the Queen's speech or whatever. We like to hear positive things, like what he is achieving and things like that. Okay, just one other thing. Mississippi did away. They eliminated their state income tax, which is a good start, and I think that's a taste of things to come.
Thank you for that. You made a lot of good points. All makes sense, and I agree with all those things. The markets is not the value of the businesses. I've always spoke about that. This is just human sentiment and a reaction to it. So I agree with you. But I would just add to the fact that I felt the tariffs that he put out were expected. They were actually better than expected. They could have been a lot worse. So I agree with you. The market's selling off to buy back. I agree with you on that. I think someone said the market isn't selling off because Donald Trump's talking and doing a political speech. No, it's not. It's not selling off because of that. I think why it sold off is what Wall Street does, sell it off to buy it back. It was actually better than expected. We now know what we've got. We've seen this when we have an earnings report. Very often you get a good earnings report and everyone goes, why is the market selling off? It was a good earnings. Because it gives Wall Street more confidence to actually buy it all over again. So you can sell it to buy it back in the morning and then the real rally begins. That's how investing works, right? It's how traders work. It's not how we work as investors, but it's how traders work. So that's true. I just think if we just got the tariffs and the numbers, which we got on that chart, which was good. And then we got some color on what comes next about the tax cuts. I know you mentioned it briefly, but some real substance, that would have been a catalyst upward. We wouldn't have needed to go down again, I don't think. And the fact it's broke support is concerning because it's a certain level that could take us 10% lower now. And of course, it's all very well saying he doesn't look at he doesn't care about what the market's doing, but 10% down from here when we're already down like 16% now is going to destroy a lot of people. A lot of people who've got pensions right now, people who are investing, who've bought margin. This is why I warned all day today, do not buy the rally. Do not, how many times did I say it today? Please don't buy the rally. Be in, believe in it if you believe in the value, which is why I bought it, but don't chase it and don't margin yourself up thinking it's going to explode when Donald speaks, because it clearly didn't. But it's everything you say is right, but I think it could have gone slightly better. But, going lower, it presents opportunity for those who've got the money, of course, but those who don't, left holding the bag for a while, we are going to go back up again. But what I expect... And what I'm seeing on my X and my Instagram, some people are telling me that analysts are now sifting through these numbers. And what I expect to see happen now is those numbers that you saw that America are going to charge. I wouldn't be surprised in the coming hours, days and weeks will actually be negotiated down, because they'll go, okay, you're going to try, I see Saab nodding his head there, you're going to now charge us 35% or whatever it might be. So we don't want that. So we're going to eliminate. Now, some of you mentioned that certain places had already dropped their tariffs. I don't see any evidence of that. I think someone said Israel has dropped their tariffs, I think, or whatever. I don't see any evidence of that. Saab, you mentioned some people were saying it on X.
Yeah, it was some of the posts that were coming through on X.
Yeah,
that certain countries are looking to drop their tariffs. But absolutely. Like, I think this is the last, not the last wave, but now we know what the numbers are. Like I said, now we're going to start seeing the negotiations because the numbers are solid now.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And I think what we'll see tomorrow, next week, you'll see, and once one country starts doing it, it will roll very quickly. It'll be like, okay, you're charging us 25, so we'll charge you 10. And then Trump will go, all right, we'll charge you 10 then. Brilliant. And things get better from here. This is like the worst case scenario now. Things get better. And as investors and Wall Street, that's what we want to see. This is where we stand. This is the worst case scenario. We can build from here. So I think we are going to build from here, but there's going to be a little volatility until the numbers start coming through. I think we lost our gentleman in the corner, but we do still have Simon. What do you think about what you've just heard?
Well, I was going to say everything you just said, because yes, he's doing the reciprocal tariffs. He's put the numbers there. Now, as a country that's been tariffing the USA for so long, and now they're getting tariff back, they're going to think, well, hang on a minute. I don't like this, so let's like start talking. Let's start negotiating. So eventually, I do think that, as you said, it's going to get better.
USA for
Yes,
so long.
there will probably be a little bit of going down, probably a lot of going sideways, but ultimately, if we can hold our margins, if we can put more money in, so like as you said, if you're not using it as a bank, and you've got money on the side, or you've got a job and you can put more money in, you can keep your margins and hold your nerve. Then I think once it starts going up, I think it's going to go up quite quickly.
I agree, and I will share with you my exact position. In 19 days from today, I will have about $5,000 or $6,000, which I will bring in to my account, which will give me double that amount, so about $10,000 to $12,000, and I will buy this. If we are where we are today, I will buy this on the 21st. So in 19 days, if it stays here, $12,000 worth of the S&P, I will buy. Because in my mind, if this holds, this is the bottom. This is, in my mind, the worst case scenario we build from here. So thank you for that. I think we've just got our guest who was off camera, but back in. Joseph, what do you think about what you just heard?
Well, my custom order, I don't know if I should drop it with this news. I'm watching my crypto drop like a rock. And you said the bottom of the S&P.
Yep.
You see, I don't know if I should. I want to keep my crypto, but I want to get in the S&P. And I've been waiting for an opportunity like this to get in the SRP. I mean, the S&P. So. Yeah. I got to make some decisions and stuff like that. But overall, I'm kind of like, I kind of expected this a little bit. I thought it would be a lot worse with the tariffs going down and everything. But we're holding. Asia hasn't opened up yet. And that's what I'm waiting on.
We're sat at those support levels. We're kind of like teetering and breaking, but we are just about holding at the moment. Let me come to, unless you wanted to add anything else. Were you done or did you? No, you're okay? Okay. Didn't want to cut you off. But just remember, Joseph, that crypto and the S&P couldn't be more opposite. Don't switch from one to the other. Well, that's a better option. I mean, you're talking about, riding a horse or buying a Ferrari. They're not the same, but they might get you from A to B. All right. Okay. All right. Let's go to Chris Botix. What do you think about what you just heard? How does it affect your strategy, if at all? You muted the guest. Oh, I've muted you. I beg your pardon. There you go. Sorry.
Yeah, I was muted, so I stayed silent. So I agree with you. It was a bit disappointing. Discounted reciprocal tariffs. That's a good move because it will force other countries to rethink their approach to the US. I don't think it's going to apply to Europe because Europe is strongly emphasizing their need to go independent, which I think is a huge mistake. But yeah, that's another story. Yes, there was insufficient, lacking sufficient numerical facts. There was a lot of talk about his pre-office promises, which he reaffirmed. That's great. I mean, you can still see that he didn't change his mind. He's focusing on American nation. That's all great, but obviously market didn't like it. It's quite painful to see Nvidia SMCI going down so much, but it's like another earning report. We have to live through that. Use some side money to get more lower average down. and wait for the better days. Yeah, it was quite painful to see your emotions during the Trump speech, because it's like watching a movie with my wife. It's very contagious. It's very contagious.
Well, I'm an entertainer. My job is to keep you engaged, entertained, and involved, and all the rest of it. That's what I do. Okay, so thank you for that. Anyway, let me end the poll. We've got a poll saying red or green reaction. It's 44% red with the 1,836 votes. Wow. It was, I think, more green earlier on, but I've allowed that to carry on throughout the day, and now it's turned red, which is no surprise. Let me end that poll. That's our biggest ever poll. 1,836 votes. Wow, that's quite something, really. What we're going to do now, folks, is we've got different parts of the world waking up to tune in. So we're going to switch over. I'm going to take a break now and get ready for the open bell tomorrow. We're going to be watching this, and then we're going to be bringing back our reviews and so on and so forth. We've got a party on Friday on the music channel. We're going to celebrate 75,000 subscribers. We finally got there in the end. There it is, the pub. You can see. Oh, Alex. Oh, look. Now he's turned it around. He's got his little. What's it? There we go. I need to turn him around now. Look, mirror him. Look. See. There you go. There you go. I'll just do that because he had it all back to front now. Let's see the love event. There you go. Very good, Alex. Thank you very much indeed. Let me bring you back in camera and put you the right way around. Very, very good. That's coming up on Friday. Tomorrow morning, we'll be back watching all this. It's going to be a very busy day on the markets tomorrow. I wonder if we're going to open up tomorrow. We're going to bounce from here. It's going to be very, very interesting. And then once we've seen how the markets settle down, then we'll do some more reviews. We've got more reviews to cover. I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight, and thank you for all the support I got at 75,000. That was very nice of you. Appreciate it enormously. If you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so, and tap the like button if you'd like to support our channel. Let me bring back on the alerts. They were off for a few moments. What we're going to do now is switch over to the extra channel because people are waking up in different parts of the world. We're going to restream this event. So if you want to watch again, if you want to watch your stocks go down again and join the conversation, there'll be people joining in from different parts of the world, having their say in the live chat. Please do so. It supports the channel.
Vaz donated £9.99 through a super chat. Walk and talk, walk and talk, walk and talk.
Yes, we should go on a walk and talk tonight. Thank you, Vaz, for that. So I will set the walk and talk up for about an hour's time from now. Once I get changed, I will go on a walk and talk tonight, and we can carry on discussing this, watching the overnight hours. So you've got the link in the chat there if you want to join me on Extra. It'll automatically take you there in about an hour. I will set up the walk and talk. Thank you, Vaz, for keeping me accountable. It's about time I got out of this chair. I've been here since this morning. And thank you all for tuning in tonight. So it's been a bit of history tonight. We've had Donald Trump, the President of the United States, deliver a big speech. It may have disappointed some. It may have been what everybody else wanted. Only tomorrow will tell as everything settles down. I'm going to give everyone 15 seconds to give their final thoughts as I give you my final thoughts and wrap up tonight's show. So starting with Joseph, give me your final thoughts, sir.
I am going to take a second on my house if we tank any further by the S&P.
Okay, I would say never ever bet your house, no matter how bullish you are. Right, but then that's up to you. Good luck to you. Simon, give me your final thoughts.
I think it's looking like Space Mobex is kind of holding.
Yeah.
Nvidia is not going any lower, so that's kind of holding near its bottom where it's been bouncing. I feel sorry for anyone that's got Gorilla.
Okay. Final thoughts from Chris Boddix.
Well, Rocket Wraps, that still stays strong. I'm well positioned. Around $12, so that's great. Nvidia is bouncing back, but it might go down tomorrow. So I'm not going to jump in and invest more. I'll wait. If it goes down, I'll get some more. If not, I'll be happy with what I got. And let's hope it will be better from now on. Everyone waited for the speech and used it as a point of either down or up. So it should stabilize now.
Final thoughts, Saab.
Yeah. So I'm quite happy with what he said today. There's a bit more clarity about the whole thing, and I think we could just start seeing a road to the end of the tariffs. That's what it gave to me today.
Yep, I'm in agreement with that. Alex, final thoughts, please, sir.
I'd agree with Saab. I believe that's a strategy that Trump had and been mentioning it every single time on your live shows, that wait and see. He needs to be strong. He can't just give up so easily. So the important thing is money come and go. But to everyone who lives in USA, God bless you. And hopefully this tornado is not going to be, it's not going to put you into any danger. Just patience and be safe.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I'll take that for me and Leah as well. We're quite concerned about tonight. We're expecting egg-size hail. If we get it, the roof will be totaled. We have insurance, but the copay is insane. The deduction is ridiculous. Can't afford that because it's happened 3 times before. And if it does happen, which it's looking like it probably will, it already said the whole area is being taken off insurance. It will be like parts of England that live next to, those rivers that have leaked, have flooded, and you can't get insurance. It will be like that then, and that is not a good place to be, because then your mortgage company gives you insurance, which is like 50 times the normal price. And it's virtually the price of paying for the roof, which is about 30 grand. And now we're getting this sort of storms regularly, and we've got a month of this. So we really hope we don't get that tonight, and I hope no one else does either. Namisha, final thoughts.
Okay, well, Trump is trying to reduce the national debt, and I don't know if people realize how big that the number is. It's $36 trillion, just over $36 trillion. And I don't know if people realize that $1 trillion is a million, and the interest on that is more than the defense fund per year. So he's trying to reduce $36 million. So you have to that the fact that he's actually attempting to reduce that, I think needs to be, have some respect.
I'm going to thank you for that, because that leads perfectly into what I wanted to say for my final thoughts. Stay where you are. It'll take you to the extra channel and join me there if I can. And the weather's not crazy. I'll be on my walk and talk in an hour. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you all. Thank you very much for sharing the moment with me. I'm now going to give you my final thoughts. Thank you, guys. Namisha just mentioned the national debt. I agree with her wholeheartedly. Having studied the stock market for 4 years, having lived in this studio for 12 hours a day and speaking to CEOs and people all the time, even today, I had a direct link from an inside tip today about Elon leaving the government. I have learned one thing. Whether you love or hate Trump, his goal is to bring the market down, to bring the rates down, to bring the national debt down. As Namisha pointed out, it's probably the biggest issue. Forget tariffs. If America defaults on its payment, America's bankrupt. That's not a joke. That's a real thing. Don't think, oh, well, America can't go bankrupt. Oh, yes, it can. It's not an empire. It's a simple country all by itself now. So it can go bankrupt with the amount of debts that it has. As Namisha says, it spends more money on its interest payments than it does its military, and its military is its biggest expense. That's not a good place to be, is it? So by bringing the rates down from 4% to 2%, you can save literally billions of dollars in interest payments, thereby protecting the United States from going bankrupt. I think that is Trump's biggest mission and would be his biggest success. That would be great. And with what's happened today and where we're going, we have clarity for the first time since Trump took office. We now know what the tariff plans are, and the stock market wants one thing more than anything else: certainty. It doesn't mind how good or how bad the news is. It just wants to know what it is. Then it can work with that, it can understand that, and it can go with that. We've seen through world wars, 1, 2, depressions, crashes, you name it, worse situations than we've got right now. But the stock market could build from it. The stock market can build from this. And what I expect to happen is a slowdown. There is a short-term inflation hit. However, I think lots of these tariffs will be negotiated down. But one thing I expect to happen is the Fed to lower rates. The Fed will do at least 2 this year. I've said 3. This may now be 4 or 5. I don't know if I'm jumping the gun there, so I'm going to say 2, as I've always said. And if we get the market continually be down here or go lower, the Fed will come in and lower rates and print money, thereby stimulating the economy, thereby stimulating the stock market. And that could save the government billions of dollars. That could be Trump's ultimate plan in all of this. And there's plenty evidence to suggest that's the case. Thank you for all tuning in. It's been another day. This is what investing is all about, the ups and downs of the market. But we have clarity now. We know where we're going. Most of these rates are going to get better. They're not going to get worse. Tariffs are going to be negotiated down, not up. That gives us a bottom. The market is trying, as we watch it right now, to stabilize. This could be the bottom. Let's hope it is. If it goes lower, the Fed will step in and lower rates, thereby stimulating upward anyway. Don't chase the market, don't over leverage, but I would say overall, whether you like Trump or not, it was a good day for America, and thereby a good day for the rest of the world, and especially a good day for me and the Lucasades, because we finally got through 75,000 subscribers. Finally, and we're flying through it. See you back in the morning. Have a wonderful evening. If there's no hail, I'll be out for the walk and talk. Now join me on Extra for the replay as the other countries around the world tune in to watch what Donald Trump's been doing today. That's it from me. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you in the morning. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.